Hey, welcome to Flames of Freedom here on InfiniteRP, the show with the best headwear of any show. I challenge you to find another TTRPG stream that has headwear like this. It cannot be done. I am your host, Doc Rimbo, your historian for this game of Flames of Freedom, the system from Zweihander, Graham and Perilous, and Andrews McNeil, where we visit the American Revolution with fantastic hats and wigs, and also there might be like monsters and stuff, is what it says on the cover of the book. Yep, that's what it says. And I'm so excited to be here. For those of you who watched our first 3 episodes, you'll see that we have a special guest with us tonight, and so we're going to get to them in just a minute. But again, I'm your historian. I'm Doc Rimbo. He, him, or they, them. Let's go around, and I want Anna to go last. So let's start with our good friend Wally, and then we'll go around clockwise, go around the loop. Wally, hello. How are you?
What's up, y'all? It's me,
Tell us who you're
Wally.
playing.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Wally, your favorite non-binary slime best friend on the internet. Who will? Oh boy, I can't think of one right now because I've been drinking some smooth scotch.
Who will share?
Oh yes,
the
who
rest of the
will
class?
share with the rest of the class if they get caught with bubblegum? Because that is a power move. Like, I've done that too. Like, one time the teacher asked me, "Are you going to share with the rest of the class?" I'm like, "Yeah." I got up and I just like gave out bubblegum to the rest of the class. I'm like, I don't have any more. And she's like, "What are you going to do?" So Man, power move.
Yep.
Yes, I am playing Ezekiel Brathwaite, going by the what is his profession again? Oh, right, yes, the Highwayman profession, who's also with the Lawbreaker background. Yes, that's what it was. It's going to be interesting today because I got shot really bad the other time. I'm still not. I am fully healed, but let's see where this goes because, yeah, I'm curious.
Awesome. Thank you, Wally. We love you, Wally, who made me snort laugh before we started, and probably will again before the night's over. Let's go right above you to our good friend with 3 corners on his hat, my good friend Colin Amicon. Hi, Colin. How are you, buddy?
Justin, I'm good. My hat has 3 corners. They're all
All
nice
three
and
of all 3 of them
pointy.
are here.
All 3. One. All accounted for. Yep, all good. My hat has all kinds of corns, and I'm really excited about it. And I am Colin at Colin Amicon, and I play Phineas Rutt, the war hero of Fort Ticonderoga, who is a 17-year-old himbo, just trying to find his way in the world and become a man of destiny and be a big legend. He's already acquired a little bit of fame that he totally didn't earn whatsoever, and now looking to establish some that he can actually be proud of. Was there a question, Justin? I didn't. Sometimes
If there was, I've already forgotten.
Okay.
So well done. Good job. We're glad that you're here.
Chocolate pudding is the answer to your question.
Correct. Yes, that's right. Chocolate pudding. And speaking of chocolate pudding, it's our good friend Greek Sid. Hi, Sid. How are you?
I'm great, and I will assume that you were attributing chocolate pudding to me because we are both delightful. I'm just gonna go with that.
And you get a weird film on top.
Hey, wait, that was I told you that in secret, okay? That was not for the whole internet to hear about, okay?
It's too late now. It's out there.
Gross.
Anyway, hi, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid. Usually just talk about all the fun stuff that I'm doing. Tonight I am playing Saoirse. Saoirse's the translator with lots of freckles. And yeah.
She got a smooch from me.
She did get a smooch on the forehead last week.
We'll save it for the recap
And a
in just a second. And the dance, a smooch and a dance.
It's getting pretty serious.
That's how she got the film on top. Speaking of films on top.
Awful.
Speaking of films on top, let's check in with our good friend who has made films, Kate Madison. Hi, Kate.
Hi. How could I follow that?
I don't know.
Hello, everyone. Kate Madison here, known as Actions at Work on socials, but here on Twitter. Nope, this isn't Twitter. Twitch. Kate Madison and stuff. I played Nessa, who is the mom of the group. Tries to keep this rabble in order. Fails miserably. I am
also a knife-fighting hobbit.
Also, like officially a mage, but actually just a below-the-belt, eye-gouging, like knee, groin kicking, knife-fighting hobbit.
Straight up badass knife-fighting, like hobbit team mom, you know.
She doesn't even need the magic yet. She's just kicking ass and taking names.
The magic
without
it.
Kicking someone in the groin is its own kind of magic.
Yeah, I mean, that's where the magic's at.
Well, the magic is in the groin.
Magic is right.
The real magic
was
is
the
the groins
groins we kicked along
the way.
And that's our show for tonight.
All right, we've been great, everyone.
It's probably for the best. But yeah, I don't know what else. It's fun. I've worn multiple wigs already on this show, and it's only episode 4. I look forward to what the heck is going to happen next. Who knows?
Me too. Speaking of what's going to happen next, it's Anna. Hey, our special guest this week, Nymeria Streams. Anna's here. Hi, Anna.
Hi. Oh my
Welcome.
God, it's so good to be back playing with. I haven't played with you since we play tested this thing. I think
like a year ago.
A year ago. Yeah. We play tested this together. I haven't streamed since like May. It's good to be back.
It's good to have you. Tell everyone
Yeah. Who
as
am
little or
I?
as much as you want.
Okay.
What your name is, what your pronouns are, if you want to do that, and then if you can give us a little look, and the folks in chat a little look about how you're connected to this particular game, you're welcome to do that as well.
Yeah, totally. So I'm Anna. I'm Nymeria everywhere pretty much on the internet. I use she, they pronouns. Today I'm playing this game, which I worked on actually for the first time ever. I have been working on this for over a year now, and I'm finally getting to play the damn thing, which is very exciting. I'm playing Contentment Hussy today, who is a new character to all y'all, but for the people watching, she is a Bawd, and she's based off of one of my ancestors in real life because my dad sent me this giant Microsoft Word document that was like, hey, you might be interested to know. And I was like, her name was what? And I had to make this into a character.
Contentment
It's a
Hussy.
real name. It's a real name.
Contentment
And
Hussy.
yeah, like Doc said, I have been working on Flames of Freedom since about like halfway through the process of its development. I started out as a playtester. I edited the entire thing. I did the index. So if you ever use it when it comes out to like look up your monster stat blocks and stuff like that, that was me. Yeah, I have fingers in a lot of pots over at Zweihander, and I work also on the like Grim and Perilous library stuff. So any of the other adventures, the Boston Besieged one that we're playing is in the main book, but I'm also working on some other things that are gonna get released soon when the core rules come out. So
And the core rulebook
Yeah.
comes out on September 21st. So about the same time that theoretically we'll be finishing this campaign, the core rulebook will be available. Order.
amazing.
And we've had a great time with this. A couple of orders of business before we move forward. First of all, Anna, we're so glad you're here. Second of all, here's the wig. The wig goes on tonight at 21 retweets. So
How close are we?
feel like a villain petting a cat. So if you haven't
It
been
was
over
20
to our
before we
Infinite
started,
RP,
and now it's 21.
Yeah, 21 is this bullshit.
yeah, I added
Wait a
one.
minute. Wait a minute.
Come
Wait
on,
a minute.
people.
This
He doesn't want to
crap.
wear it, so we got to make him, obviously.
It's on
Historian,
14.
more like
14.
business
That's 14
historian.
right
14.
now.
It's at 14. You'll never make
Yeah.
it, Mr. Bond.
We need 7
And-
more.
So just so we're all aware, that's when the wig goes on. Let's go around and everyone give me like a 1 or 2 sentence recap of what happened last time for your Sunshine Bucks reward points. Same order. So we'll start with Wally.
Okay. Okay. How can I describe last week in a single sentence? Okay. Let's see here. Guns, smooching, dancing, aunts.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Nailed it.
Bonds?
Aunts.
Colin.
The fucking.
Look at that befuddled man.
I am befuddled. Like, Jesus Christ, what? I mean, everything he just got away with like 5 words. Okay, don't get me wrong. Like,
That was 2
Saoirse,
sentences with a couple of semicolons thrown in. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
true.
couple.
Yeah, I kind
Run-on
of.
sentences are allowed.
Saoirse and Ezekiel had a dance that was very lovely.
Mhm.
We learned that there's apparently redcoats. Either I'm actually not sure if it's redcoats or no, I think it's redcoats. Looking for me specifically.
Someone's
Yes,
looking, yeah.
that's
Someone's
right. Yeah,
looking for you,
yeah.
yeah.
Like you are now
Yeah.
officially a wanted man.
Mhm.
And I did do that on purpose, by the way. That happened. I found out like people were looking for me, and then I was like, "Hey, Nessa, want to go take a walk?" Just because I was curious what would happen if we did. that. We learned that Nessa has a capacity to eat many, many eel pies. At least 3, I
Mhm.
believe.
Mhm.
We call her Old Ironsides. Yeah.
I don't know
Well, I
what you're
should say-
talking about. It was all the other people that were staying there that ate those pies.
Right, that's
she
what I was
didn't
gonna
eat
say.
any of them. It was just
I
other
mean-
people.
We, the audience, learned that. Phineas learned that ghosts have to eat, and that ghosts eat pies.
There you go. I love it. Sid, what are we forgetting? What else happened?
Let's see.
Can I jog your memory by saying fancy dinner party?
Oh yes.
We got invited to one, right?
We did. We did get invited to a very fancy dinner party
Mm.
by a woman named Grace De Beers, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
Who, as it turns out, was someone that my papoo, my grandfather, had urged me to give a letter to if I tracked her down at some point, which I did. Yeah. So that, at least for Saoirse, makes her think we can trust this lady, who then asked us to go check out a creepy cemetery.
And is hiring you to do it. She's going to give you the monies.
She's gonna give us money, like
To
£5
check out-
a piece.
Right, to check out the common burying ground about rumors of what's happening there after dark. And finally, I mean, I guess Anna could recap too because she's in the chat every week. But Kate, do you have anything to add about what happened last week?
I mean, knife fighting and kicking people in the balls. Is that enough?
You already did that, yeah.
No, there's spooky things going on in this graveyard that we are gonna go find out. And we actually now completely forgotten, but you did tell us that we were meeting this particular person at the graveyard. Miss Anna. So that we are going
This
there.
Anna.
Miss Anna.
This one.
This one. Yeah, and yes, we were on the lookout for people and things and eel pie. I'm slightly disturbed that a
Always
lot
on the
of my
lookout for that.
roleplay characters, at least tabletop ones, seem to eat a lot. I feel like I'm bringing something from my real life in. Anyway,
You
it's
know,
fine.
Just say
I
that
mean,
for a while.
Maybe I just find it fun. I just find
Roleplay
it
awakens
fun.
things in ourselves that we either should or just don't have
Maybe.
to engage with.
Plus, I'm basically a hobbit in this, so it makes sense. Second breakfast.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, there's no real pie. Anna, as
Yes.
a stalwart chat member, anything that you want to add about last time?
Well, there was a very important PSA about the importance of smallpox vaccinations.
Yep.
Even though
That's
ghost
what it
rot
was.
is definitely a legitimate disease that you can get and your arm might fall off, and it's potentially contagious by touch, vaccines save lives. So get them if you have
There
them.
you go.
Because
That works.
Yeah.
Hey, we have a couple roles to take care of before we jump into tonight. First of all, where's that retweet count at? Who's watching that? That's what I want to know.
6 more.
yeah,
Okay.
Pope says 6
Um,
more.
Pope, I trust Pope implicitly with that
more.
responsibility. We need to do two things. First of all, we're going to roll for our coin pool. I start with one automatically in my pool, and everybody rolls a d6. Any sixes that come up mean another one goes into my pool. Otherwise, they go in yours.
Kate and I immediately get ones.
But that's fine. We're allowed
Ones are
ones
okay.
also,
You
and
don't
we
want
don't want
sixes.
They don't want sixes.
Ones are okay. Get those.
I got a 6.
Bum, bum, bum.
Grab my die.
I got a 3.
I got a 6.
Yes.
Oh.
That means that I have 3 and y'all have 3. So
Hooray.
the coins, for those of you who are unfamiliar, basically can be used to re-roll rolls. They can be used to max out damage and get an automatic 6 on a damage roll, so it explodes and you roll again. They can be used to change the fiction slightly as to what's going on. There's lots of ways you can use those coins, but also lots of ways that I can use those coins. The other thing we need to do is we need to roll for initiative in advance. When we play this system, we roll a d10 plus our initiative modifier at the beginning, and that's the initiative we use for the whole session.
Oh dear.
Oh, goodness.
I rolled the max that I could. I don't know what to do if I go first. Ah,
I got a 15.
17.
15 for Zeke, a 17 for contentment.
14 for Saoirse.
13 for Nessa.
Okay,
12 for Phineas.
perfect. Excellent. Those are out of the way. So, with no further ado,
We
here's
hit
what's
20.
happening.
What?
We hit 20.
We did.
Yes, we did.
With no further ado, while I do this,
Oh, we'll wait.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
stepping on my wig. By the time you emerge from the bookshop, which is below Grace de Beer's home, Saoirse has a new book in hand that she was given by Grace. Sif, have you thought about what that book might be?
It
What the
is
subject is?
on geography.
Okay, great. In that case, keep that in mind if you ever have to make a geography roll. Who knows if that'll come up? You never know, right? Grace de Beers gave you a little a book as a parting gift, which you are into because you're a big nerd. and
Our
and you all leave her home, and the sun has gone down. It's evening time. It is dark out. She has asked you to go and investigate the common burying ground, and that when you are there, to look for a contact of hers who will give you some sort of code to let them know who they are. But currently, you are in, I think we said that you're in the Beacon Hill district. The common burying ground is called the Common Burying Ground because it's near Boston Commons. So it is in that area, and it'll take you a little while to walk there. What do you do?
Walking nose in book. I just pretty typical.
Walking,
Mhm.
keeping an eye out for anything, making sure Cersei doesn't bump into anything.
Steering Cersei.
I think Phineas walking around looks like a tourist their first time in New York City. Like he's looking up at he's never seen buildings this big before, honestly. Like being a farm boy, like this is big city living that he's never seen. So I think he's utterly fascinated and like running across the street, darting in front of you, nearly running into Saoirse a few times. Just, oh my god, look at this. He's very happy.
And
Yeah,
have you all talked about if you're heading straight to the burial ground, or are you going to go back home?
What time is it, I suppose?
It's like 7 p.m. You know what? No, after dinner and drinks and a book. 8:30.
I
I think
mean,
we-
It's cold, so it's dark.
getting late.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
makes sense to just go.
yeah.
Let's just go.
Yeah.
We weren't given time to meet people, were we?
You weren't.
Yeah, they just
No.
say, okay, then I think we go now. Then it's cover the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing creepy ever happened in the graveyard at night.
The
Well-
sooner we finish, the sooner I can go back and finish my book. So, yes, let's go.
You're gonna finish that whole book in one night?
I'm already halfway through.
You're already halfway through.
Didn't you just buy that?
Well, I didn't buy it. She gave it to me, and several of the pages are pictures. So,
Really, actually wasn't expecting that for some reason.
it's
Pictures
a
was
book
not the
of
word
it's a book of geography. It's several maps.
Oh, geography of what? What are you learning?
The world, really.
Oh, how's that gonna help?
I don't understand the question.
How's that gonna help? I mean, you could learn the geography maybe of like the Berkshires or something, and then that'll teach you the best areas where you could maybe buy property and like, you know, start a farm or something like that. Or if you were a military mind, you know, where you want to dig the trenches or whatever. But knowing the geography of the what is it called, the Nelly River or whatever, is not gonna help you.
Do you mean the Nile?
Yeah.
Just looks to everyone else for help. Like I don't even know what to say.
Look, a building, isn't that lovely?
Oh wow!
Like Zeke is
Pointing.
just like, nope, just not getting into this one. Last time I got involved, the kid thought Ghost Ride was a real thing. I'm just shutting my mouth out.
That is a really nice church. That is a very pointy steeple.
Isn't it just?
Open it up, and there's all the people. Sorry.
Maybe be careful about running across the road when you look where you're going.
Yeah, kid,
Oh, sorry. I'm walking here.
It's at this point, as Phineas almost runs into a crowd of people, you notice that the streets are awfully busy. The mood is still sort of that tense, bustling mood of a city that is both in military occupation, but also feels like it's on the verge of something, as you know, word is starting to spread that the Continental Army is trying to break this occupation, and the siege will be put to the test. So there are lots of people out and about tonight. Some people out celebrating, some people out. It looks like some people are like carrying their possessions, maybe trying to get out of the city. But you can wade your way through them as you see fit. Is there anything else you want to do on your way to the burying ground?
Chat with some of the people that look like they're heading out of town. Maybe see
Okay.
if something
Yeah.
has happened more recently that has people spooked enough to leave.
You stop. There's a young couple coming by with. They've kind of got a wheelbarrow, and it's filled with bags of things you assume personal possessions. They're both they're young black people, and you assume they're married or maybe brother and sister, and they are just sort of heading in the direction of the neck, which means they're probably trying to get out of here.
Excuse me.
Yes, the woman says.
Is there a reason that you're leaving? Has something happened?
Something. Well, I mean, it's not safe. They say that Washington is on the outskirts, and they might start bombarding the city at any minute.
I see.
We're going to my aunt's in Rhode Island, but I don't know. There's something strange going on in the city as well. A friend of mine was saying that they've seen people stumbling and shuffling around the streets after dark, and it all has this air of I don't know the word for it. I'm not good with words.
Those people are probably drunk.
Oh yes, I'm sure some of them are. I'm sure you're right. Anyway, yes, we're going to see if we can talk our way past the barricade. I'm sorry, we have to go, and they push on by.
People walking around at odd hours of the night, huh?
Shuffling, I think, is what
Yeah, shuffling.
she said.
You know, I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna put it out there. Do we know we should have asked if maybe these people had skin or not? But that's just me reflecting on past experiences.
Had what? Had what?
If they had skin or not.
Oh.
Skin
Yeah.
in the game, so to speak.
You making me think about that thing I've been trying to not think about.
Yeah,
since
yeah,
it
that's that thing. That thing was
The skinless creature?
yeah.
the bathtub full of skin. And all
Yeah, that
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Trying to not think about that.
I mean, look, I'm going with just here that maybe shambling people lurking around at odd hours of the night. I'm just going to assume maybe it's either some weird, freaky stuff or tied in with this weird like society that's been following us around.
Or they're
If
just
it-
drunk, like Sasha said.
Or they could just be drunk.
If it makes you feel any better, the skinless creature moved very quickly, so I doubt whatever this is that.
Doesn't really make me feel better. But thank you.
It does help a little bit, Serge. Thank you very much.
You press on, weaving through the crowds. Last call for anything else to do before you start to near the common and the area around there. Okay. As you approach the common, you see a patrol of loyalist soldiers making their way up and down one street, and then I'd like all four of my regulars to make me an awareness test.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Ooh.
Phineas just
Yeah.
rolling rocks.
Good,
Oh,
What's
I
24.
found, I found a new way to fail. That is an exceptional level of failure.
A 99. I mean, it could have been a 100, which is also always a critical failure. But
Yeah.
what did everybody else get?
I got a 34.
Oh, sweet. And it looks like Kate, did you succeed as well?
Yes, I got a 32, and that's under my.
And Sid, what about Saoirse?
I also succeeded. I got a 24, and I needed to beat a 48. 50.
So you three notice that just beyond this patrol of redcoats, in an alley there is a woman, and it appears like she's watching them warily. Phineas, you don't notice the patrol of redcoat soldiers and walk right into the one who's in the lead because you're so busy looking at buildings. And all three of them sort of puff up and get really big and pull their muskets and look down at you, and they say, "Oi, watch where you're going.
Watch where
It's
you
your business
fucking
being
go.
out." I said, "Watch where you're going. You run right into me."
That's one man's opinion. I think you happened to run into me.
What? No, that's not how it... Who are you people? What are you doing out at night?
Taking in the night air.
There's a curfew on. You should get back to your homes. It's
Oh,
not safe out here.
we're heading back to our home. We're on the other side. We went and visited friends, and we left a little late.
Well, I'd love to have some sort of a check here, a test. What would you like to do? I feel like Nessa is trying to persuade a little bit.
I think so.
Charm them. Phineas, are you doing anything, or are you just being Phineas?
Thinning it up pretty hard.
Oh boy.
You're thinning
That's
pretty hard.
So
Yeah, you are
video.
thinning it up pretty
I'm
good.
thinning pretty hard. I mean, he's not gonna get himself killed. Well, he's dumb.
Probably.
Probably.
Finning my way downtown.
Finn
He's
in
gonna
the
hold
width,
it. Finn is gonna hold his tongue to see how well Nessa does.
Okay, roll me a willpower check, Phineas, to see if you can hold your tongue.
Oh,
A resolve
cool.
check. Roll me a resolve
Cool.
check to see if you shoot your mouth off. And
Ah.
meanwhile, I want to see how Nessa does with a charm or something along those lines.
Okay, I'm not terrible at resolve. I got it, just barely.
Nice.
Oh,
And a
got a
one.
one.
A one from Nessa, and so you say this. Oh, we're just out to see some friends. Phineas glues his mouth shut and is holding it all in when the soldier sort of sees Nessa, looks at it, and you see a single tear fall from his eye. He's like, "Sorry, just remind me of my mom. I ain't seen her in so long.
Oh,
This
sweetheart,
war's been so hard.
come here. I'll go in for a hug. And
Thank you. Here, and he gives you 2 gold pieces. Says, "Here, go and buy yourself something hot to eat, please."
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna get myself some meal pie. You take care of your sweetheart, and I'm gonna pinch his cheek.
Alright.
And then I know what, I'm gonna do the mother thing because he's gonna have some dirt. And
Yes! Does he do the lick the thumb first and then clean?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, what?
Very good. Thank you. It takes his
You take care. You should
Patriots.
go home.
The other soldiers who are looking at him like, "Wow, that was a strong reaction," but okay. And off they go down the street, and then you turn and see that woman is still standing there. Anna, what does she look like?
I'm guessing that when you say the woman is still
It's
standing
you.
there, you mean me.
It's you.
Okay, cool.
I do.
Just double checking. Yeah, so you see a woman standing there in sort of kind of plain earthy tone colors, but they're made out of pretty nice material. Like they're pretty well and finely made. She's got kind of a long dark cloak and a little bit more of a older fashioned hat, I guess, on than the rest of, Saoirse and Nessa within the party. And she every so often is sort of just looking side to side over her shoulders, and she'll finger a little bag that she wears on a string around her neck, kind of like a nervous habit as she's kind of walking, looking back and forth, trying to be inconspicuous.
So you see this interaction between these people and the soldiers. The soldiers move on, but these people match the 4 people whose description you were given by Grace de Beers as a group to help find their way to the common burying ground and to look around and be paid in return. And they're getting closer. Here they come.
To walk over to Nessa and just be like, "Excuse me, I saw what you did with that young man earlier, and I don't think that you're really his mother, but do the words 'your mother' mean anything to you?
As you're saying this, Phineas is just like wiping off Nessa because she's got red coat all over her from hugging that guy. He's just like, "Oh, this is gross. You gotta boil these clothes now. God damn it, Nessa."
Well, okay.
Oh, hi. Who are you?
Well, maybe
Does-
it's your mother.
What'd you say to me?
Look, I'm just pointing out that they seem to be mothering in the group, and I was told to look for your mother. So I'm assuming that
Phineas,
is you.
make me I just Phineas here. I want Phineas to make just a basic education test to see if he can connect these dots that this is the person that Grace told him to look for.
So dumb.
Oh,
Yeah, he is.
So
God, this is
incredibly
terrible.
dumb.
You're
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Colin!
For those of you who can't see at home, that is a 100. So
Oh my God.
Kate rolled a 1, and then Colin turned around and rolled a 100, which is
We got literally a,
critical
50, a 1, and a
failure.
100 in a row on
Oh my
Roll20.
God.
hmm
They
Ow!
giveth and they taketh away.
Now,
But mostly take.
Mostly
wow,
for
you got
me,
took
too.
real bad. Now, I'm not sure if you can even use a coin to re-roll a critical failure
You
of this
cannot.
magnitude.
Let it happen.
So yeah, so this woman's insulting your mother,
Oh dear.
who was a saint.
Dorothy Rutt is a saint. Don't you dare.
I need everybody else to roll education checks while this is happening.
Yeah.
Now you listen here. I don't know who the hell you are, but I am the proud child of Stanley and Dorothy Rutt.
I
18.
And Dorothy Rutt
Yep.
is a goddamn
This is the
saint.
one
got
you're
a-
supposed
I
to
got a
meet. and Phineas is
19.
about to ruin this whole thing.
I got a
Oh,
19.
okay. Phineas.
Yeah,
No.
No,
No,
kid,
no,
kid, and I
Phineas,
will
She's a
say
big girl.
Phineas,
She knows what she's
I
saying.
put,
Hey.
I being that I'm smaller than Phineas, which just looks kind of weird. So I'm like trying to hold Phineas, but like Phineas, kid, calm down, kid.
Phineas.
What do you think you're better than me? Huh?
Phineas, focus. What did you say when you walked through the door of the Pullman house?
I said your mother.
All right, kid.
Uh-huh.
Now, what
Now.
did she say to you?
Hey, Doc, quick question. Because this is what's happening, and because the Huskies originated in New Hampshire, can I roll to see if I actually do know his mom?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That might be a history check.
Okay.
I
See
think.
if you know my parents?
Yes.
Oh
I would,
Because the
I would
family,
take.
the family's in Boston after they moved away from
What
New
would that
Hampshire.
be? What would that be? Oh my gosh, that would be. No, let's say.
Folklore?
Gosh, I mean, we need to. This is what really. Here's what we're doing here for real. Okay, we're trying to. We're like rolling for something to be true or not, and really the
Maybe
way
a
to do
rumor.
that.
Maybe
Rumor.
rumor.
Yeah.
Rumor
Yeah,
works.
rumor
Sure,
seems
yeah, because
kinda-
of like people
okay.
talking. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, where is the sheet? Yep, that's a success. I rolled a 47 under a 52.
Sweet. You tell
Nice.
me. Do you know her? Do you know his mother, Dorothy Rutt? You know, of the New Hampshire Rutts.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
Vermont, New York Rutts.
In the. Wait a minute. Dorothy Rutt is your mother.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
lady dandled me on her lap when I was a baby, you know. That's
Really?
your mother.
Yeah, that's my mother.
What a
Yeah.
coincidence. I wonder if she actually
Married to
knew
s-
that when she said that was the code word.
Married to Stanley Rutt? No?
Well, I was a baby, so I don't really
Oh,
remember,
right.
But
Sure.
I've
Yeah,
heard
that
the
makes a lot of
stories, you
sense.
know. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Most of the stories you've heard, I'll just tell you in fiction, were of the Rutts and their son Phineas, who was a real piece of work.
And my
See
little,
that?
but my little brother's great. Little Philip. He's
Little
wonderful.
dandy Philip Rutt. Yeah. I will say that as this sort of dawns on both of you, Colin, you take 6 points of conflict from that. Just from this woman, like your heart was, you were
The
run
emotional
through.
roller coaster.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
on.
And Anna, I'm gonna say you take 4 points of peril just from him getting up in your face.
Yeah,
I don't think
I'll
that will
take
move your
it.
peril marker, but
No, it won't. I have nerves of steel.
yeah, you do.
Fine.
Oh my god.
Hey, I just noticed though that the way you talk. Where are you from?
Family's originally from New Hampshire, but we've moved down to, on our way to Delaware.
New Hampshire. Oh, so you got like New Hampshire land grant titles? That's what we got too.
Not anymore.
Oh, New York fucking with you?
More just my father's principles of not wanting to swear oaths of office. Delaware said that he could have the job without swearing an oath, so that's where we're going.
Whoa. What, like, you like a Quaker or something?
Hmm.
Oh, hey, you're the first Quaker I met. Nice to meet you. This is cool.
This is not true.
Is it?
We did meet a
we met
Quaker.
another Quaker on the road.
Oh, yeah,
But,
the other,
but
yeah.
then he no longer had skin.
But he was still a Quaker.
I don't think he counts though, because of that.
Excuse me, what?
Let me just give you a quick little recap first of all. See if you
Can I just ask very quickly? Did he no longer have skin before you met him, or was it after you met him?
It was after we met him.
Debatable.
We encountered him first, and he had skin. Then there was a whole bit of a Machiavellian kind of plan that he had to lure us into his house, and that's when he revealed.
Sorry,
he had
before I
this.
continue talking with you any further, did you remove his skin?
No,
Very
careful.
No.
Like,
Because
he
we were
did
about to have a very
No.
different conversation
No,
depending
no,
on.
He may not have had skin at all. He may have just been
Wearing
in a
other
falsehood.
people's
Yeah,
skin.
wearing others' skin. He had an entire bathtub of extra ones as well.
To be fair, he probably wasn't a Quaker at all. He was wearing the skin of a Quaker and pretending to be a Quaker. It was very confusing, and I think they put you on a completely different. We did not remove anyone's skin. We did murder the person.
not the
It was,
Quaker.
they were not a person
Yeah,
after that.
yeah.
So
I mean, the
Yeah.
most violent thing we've done to that guy was we just shot him after. He tried to
he was.
It was self-defense.
It was in
Yes.
pure self-defense. He had no skin, and he was coming at us like going,
Yes.
We didn't shoot him because he's a Quaker. You just say it's not like that.
No.
Just so you know.
No.
We're
No.
cool with Quakers. Totally.
You know, we're being
Absolutely.
very honest
I
with
fuck
this
with Quaker.
young lady for when
Some of my best
I
friends
don't
are
know whether
Quakers.
she want. Yeah, we.
Well, she said your mother, and that's supposed to mean something.
Well, maybe, but we don't have to reveal the whole thing about a ghoul and no skin and Quakers. I think that's a whole other thing. But
Oh no, that's all right. I'd rather know. You know,
Yes,
if
but
this
the
is where I am
misunderstanding-
tonight, I would rather know going in.
No, we're no one's dying today.
Nope.
Unless,
Well, sorry
unless
for the
they're-
misunderstanding. That was
Yes.
awkward. Sorry about that.
Oh, we apologize that all of that happened.
She kind of just looks at Phineas a little bit like, and then looks back at Nessa and is like, don't worry about it. It's all right.
He's not the best at talking. Anyways, are you who we're meant to meet?
Yes. Contentment Hussey.
Contentment Hussey. Nice to meet you.
This is a normal name.
Well, for
Oh,
my
yeah.
family, it is. Except for my father, his name is John. That's kind of boring, but we all have.
John.
Very
Contentment Hussey.
exciting
My mother was named Mercy.
Oh, is that another one of your code words too?
No, that was my mom's name.
His mother. So you are all together and not far from the commons and the common burying ground. Specifically, the burying ground is on a street called Frog Lane, and you happen to know that's basically how you get in. You also recently heard from those soldiers that curfew's on. It's a dusk to dawn curfew now, and so mean, if you're going to move around, you have to be a little bit cautious and watch out for patrols, not make a lot of noise. So, how do you want to proceed?
Ooh, let me
So
see.
then I started blasting.
No.
Before we continue with that,
Mhm.
rousing.
Like, you started blasting.
Hail.
You didn't even scope out the place. You just started blasting. And you started walking in. Hey, come on. I thought you knew better than that.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should settle into a quiet spot within the graveyard and find a vantage point where we can assess the situation.
You're looking for a quiet spot within the graveyard because it hasn't been particularly quiet lately.
Well,
Oh, I thought people were
People
not
going
going
in and out
there.
of there all hours of the day, night, weird noises.
people shambling around at odd hours of the night.
Yeah, not the regulars.
Not the drunkard kind of.
Well, yeah, that too.
Do they have skin?
Oh, well, all the ones I've seen do.
Well, that's good.
At least we know they're not skinless gobble-ghouls, whatever those things were.
I'm
Ghouls.
really concerned with skin.
It was a ghoul.
It's the lack of skin.
It's very concerning.
They seem to have been somewhat traumatized by the event.
I'd like to ask, Anna, is
Mhm.
Contentment has been in Boston for how long now? Just wondering.
Ooh, let's see. Probably about like 3 to 5 months at
Okay.
this point ish.
Can you roll me?
Even after I started to work, so.
Can you
I'm
roll me a
decently
rumor
familiar.
check?
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you heard there's a rumor? It's so hard not to do that every single time, and I did it.
That's right. We're always reminding you we're a bunch of theater kids.
I rolled
Yep.
a 17, so that is a success.
Hey!
So you have been kind of, part of the reason Grace sent you here is because she knows that you're kind of aware that something's up with the graveyard and have heard people,
Lots of people talk to me.
shamblers, skin, no skin, you don't know. One thing you do know is that the guy who runs the graveyard is named Grady.
Okay.
I'm looking for Grady's last name here. I think I forget what it. But anyways, Grady is the caretaker. He has a house on the graveyard, basically just a butting Frog Lane, and O'Leary is his last name. Grady O'Leary.
Okay.
And you've also heard rumors that both support and contradict that Grady has not been seen for a while.
Can I ask you this? Is he one of my clients?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll say he is.
Okay, cool.
And I'd also say, do you think these other folks that you've just met know what a Bawd is? Or even what our viewers know what a Bawd is?
Well, I guess it's up to the rest of y'all to decide if this is something that you recognize.
I would say some of our cast do and some don't.
I think so.
Because some of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've read about them extensively.
I think it's
Social
one of-
rights fan fiction.
Sure.
It's one of
Oh
those
shit, that
things
right.
where-
Ezekiel would be regular.
Yeah, like her being sort of out of the various taverns and other places where she normally works and things like that. If you know what to look for, you can tell, but it's not like I don't know.
Ezekiel knows. Ezekiel knows.
I know Ezekiel knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
But
mentioning it. Yes.
They clocked each other as soon as they walked up. They're like,
It was like
Mhm.
Ezekiel and just like, yeah, okay, we both know
Mhm.
where each other about.
Yeah.
We're not going to bring up our past, and we're just going to leave it there.
yeah.
So
And
what?
for those of
didn't-
you in chat who haven't caught, well, yeah, Phineas doesn't know.
I don't know. What?
No.
Also,
he
Colin
wants
doesn't
one
know.
alcohol. Yeah.
So
He's a child.
what the fuck are you? What?
A Bawd is
what-
a sex
what is my? I'm a
worker.
Bawd. So a
Oh,
Bawd is
okay.
a sex worker from the time, but usually also somebody that is, like a musician / hospitality / I mean, just generally a talker. Like that's the thing.
It's very courtesan-y.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Very
Yeah. Like the Bawd's whole thing, just to like peep under the hood in the professions pamphlet, is that they are very good at like conversational stuff and also working with people of opposite allegiances. So normally it's really hard to, in this game, like negotiate with and talk to people that aren't the same allegiance as you. For the Bawd, it's significantly easier because you know a lot of people and they are very willing to share things with you for obvious reasons.
If
So-
you have sex with them.
Oh, Colin got it.
Yeah. Hooray!
Now I
Colin's
get
got
it.
it. It's gonna take Phineas another 20
Yeah,
minutes.
Colin's got it. Phineas is way
Maybe by
behind.
the end of the episode, Phineas will have figured it out. We'll see. But yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you fuck! I get it.
Yeah, Kidjam is just walking away. Oh, okay.
Okay, so
So I'd say to Saoirse then, well, if you're looking for a relatively quiet place to post up at the graveyard, I do know somebody that would, well, he's not there right now, but he would definitely be all right if I brought people over.
Oh, well, if you
Wonderful.
know someone, then hey, let's take
You know
advantage
someone
of it.
someone who lives in the graveyard?
I know a lot of people.
Who live in graveyards?
No, just the one that lives in a graveyard. I know a
Oh,
lot
okay.
of people generally, but this
Be a
one
weird
in
niche.
particular lives in a graveyard.
Okay, yeah, we could use a good vantage point.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
and so you make your way to the common burying ground.
Making a
Let's have making your way to the cemetery.
It's a tick. I apologize.
Let's have everyone we'll do a bit of a stealth check.
Skullduggery.
From the whole, everyone roll one. So this will kind of be a group stealth check.
Okay.
I just want to see how you are at avoiding patrols as you make your way.
Okay.
Skullduggery. Oh,
Yeah,
stealth.
whatever.
That's its own. No,
Oh,
yeah, stealth
nice.
is its own thing. Okay.
Stealth is its own thing. Yeah.
I got it.
Actually did it.
I did it very well, actually.
Wow,
I
I
got a
rolled a
55.
1.
Wowzers!
I rolled a 4.
I got a 55.
Did anyone?
You're so
Did anyone?
quiet, and I stumble my way through because I got a 74.
Oh, I want to
Still.
give you a piggyback ride so bad, so you don't have to.
I don't know.
I like to
Little
think
hobbit
that,
on the
like,
back.
I know.
like Ezekiel reaches out and grabs Nessa right before they do like a big old stumble.
Absolutely. The stealthiness of the rest of the group makes up for Nessa's stumble, and you're able to, by using alleyways and sort of back areas that locals like our Bawd would know about, Contentment knows about.
Yes,
You're able
I know
to.
every alleyway super well by now.
Because
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying.
Because
We all
But
know,
you
Colin.
literally
We
don't.
know. we all know.
But I
Which would be
Nah.
awesome, except for the fact that you literally don't.
Right.
Yeah.
You all make your way, and you're able to avoid these patrols as
Does-
you
Does
Yeah.
Phineas pull a Kronk and like when he's stealthy like
Da-da.
absolutely.
Oh, amazing.
That's nice. So, you are approaching the burying ground, and what's your sort of, I guess not marching order feels weird, but like, how do you approach? Who is in the lead? What are you doing to ensure that you aren't spotted? Or...
Because he has experience with stuff like this, he's definitely taking the lead, going ahead of the others and being extra quiet about it, just scoping things out, keeping an eye out for any patrols, windows of opportunity to run past down or across the street to get to the cemetery kind of stuff.
Okay.
And I'll be right up there with you as well, but I don't really have any sort of... I mean, I'm guessing that you're kind of doing this where you're like kind of scanning the area ahead of us to see stuff, and she's just walking. Like, this is a beautiful picnic in the park kind of a day, very
Oh, yeah.
relaxed, very
Yeah.
calm, just, you know.
Act casual.
It's more of
What do
like
you mean,
he's pretty much doing the
act?
same thing as her. He's just being like, he isn't being quiet. He's just being
Mhm.
very blending into the background because people like him blend into the background very well because they don't look at people like him.
Nice. Here's what I'd like. I'd like Ezekiel to make me an awareness check. And now, usually, I would say that contentment would be able to assist. But because it's nighttime, the light is so poor, and when you're doing something like that in shadows, it's you can't really assist with vision
Gotcha.
things. And I will also add one more thing here: is that with this check here, we're going to flip to fail.
Oh,
So
no.
if your flip is worse, you have to take that.
Okay. Well, I got a
What'd you roll?
55.
Oh, okay.
But
And what is
my
your
score
awareness?
is 55 because my awareness brings it up to 55.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a success. That's
Nice.
not only a success, that's a critical success right on the nose.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
despite the shadow and the casual, confident nature of your new friend Contentment, you are pretty alert. And as you approach the graveyard, just, oh gosh, maybe 10 yards between you and away from the house that you assume you're heading towards, you see two figures standing near a tree. There are sort of lopsided, leaning gravestones like jagged teeth dotting the graveyard. And these two figures seem to lean at an odd angle, almost as if in keeping with the way that the gravestones look. It's quiet. It's very, very quiet. And you are struggling to keep the loose gravel under your feet from making too much noise. And something here feels weird as you see those two figures sort of standing there, not moving.
I can't get close. How close can I get before I feel uncomfortable that I may be seen?
What's your perception bonus?
My perception bonus
It's
it is 4.
Okay. In that case, you can see about 7 yards, so about 20 feet before 21 feet before things get foggy. So you're about 21 feet away from these things, but their backs are towards you, whatever these creatures are. And
Can I still see Contessa walk? Can I still see her walking up towards them, so like casually walking?
Contentment, make me an awareness check. Flip to fail.
Okay, beat number 41. Oh, well, I crit failed either way. It's an 88.
She doesn't seem to have noticed them.
Okay.
And she is basically confidently strolling toward that house.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Making my way to the house.
Walking fast.
I'm in no position to be able to warn her, can I?
Depends on what you want to do. It's entirely up to you.
I'm gonna try to see if I can get her to notice me in a subtle way and warn her about like there's these two figures.
Okay, tell me what that looks like. How do you do that? Suddenly?
I'm gonna pick up one of the pebbles
Mhm.
and just flick it at her.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, this would probably be.
Can I make this a skullduggery?
Anna, as editor of Flames of Freedom, what did you
Oh,
say?
God. Well, as editor of Flames of Freedom, I'm duty bound to tell you that the historian's rule goes because the rules are there to guide us on the rails.
Oh, very good, very good. Yeah, you can do that. Make me a
Riposte.
Yeah. I was like, if I'm historianing, I'll make that ruling.
Nope,
but
I definitely failed because I got a 95.
Okay. It goes past her and lands in a bush, gently making no noise and not getting her attention at all. And she gets closer and closer. What's everybody else doing as she approaches?
looking around, trying to find this house. She's not even reading now. That's how important this is. Actually,
Also,
wow.
the
dark.
surroundings.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
also dark.
okay.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
just- your face gets closer to the book until you're like, damn it, can't read anymore. Now I have to pay attention.
The worst part of the day.
I mean, way to call her out, but okay. Like, yes.
How about the other 3 roll to see if you see these figures or not? Awareness. Flip
My
to fail.
awareness. Oh, okay. So I have to get. Oh, I have a 58, so I have to get
Now it's an 85.
Oh.
85.
So it's when you roll.
When you roll, you
the
flip the
digits.
numbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
If it's
see.
worse,
Oh,
you
if
take the
it's
worst.
worse.
Okay, okay.
Mhm. But you flip the dice numbers, not your actual.
So,
Yeah.
Saoirse's
fail.
eyes
And
are
it was-
still adjusting.
Awareness, yeah?
It would be
yeah.
awareness, yes.
Okay,
So I
I'm
got
good.
a
I'm good.
38, but I flip, which is
So
an
it's an
83. which is a
83.
fail.
Yeah.
Oof.
Phineas, that looks like, is that a 64 for you?
64. Yeah.
And a 41 for
41
Nessa.
for me. My
Is that
40.
a
Is that a
pass, though?
success?
Yeah, my perception is 42, plus I have 10% on awareness.
So Nessa,
Nice.
you follow Ezekiel's gaze after you see him trying to get Contentment's attention, and you see those 2 motionless figures lurking in the burying ground. All right. Contentment continues to walk in that direction. Saoirse and Phineas at her heels. Contentment, you are about, let's say 15 feet away when you finally notice them. And when these 2 figures turn around, you see an empty set of eyes and gray mottled skin that is dressed in torn grave clothes. And then as you follow your line of vision down their arms, you see that their hands are wrong. They're longer in the finger and they end in these big claws. And as they notice your approach, you can, for just a split second, understand what Ezekiel meant when he said that they didn't have any skin. Because it looks like they shed skin from something else and they're covered in these bodily fluids, and they see you and open these large gaping mouths to reveal rows of jagged teeth, and we're going to go into combat.
Cool.
Oh.
Here's something fun that I'm excited to share with everybody here is that these are ghouls, and these ghouls have a trait called horrific,
Yeah.
which means that when combat begins, I am going to spend one of my coins
Oh.
to make everybody who can see them, which is now Contentment and Ezekiel and Nessa, to resist using resolve, to make a resolve check, or else bad things are going to happen.
Hey,
So
I need a resolve check
ignorance
from
is
those 3.
bliss. Yeah.
High 5.
All right.
Resolve.
Oh, that's actually really good. I got a 15.
Oh my god, I just exactly made it. 53.
Whew.
I
I needed a 55. I got a 37.
Okay,
Nice.
excellent.
Nice.
You are all sort of taken aback by these things, but you steel yourselves in the face of these creatures, and I'm going to change up the music, and we're going to just jump right into combat. Here we go. So, the vibe right now is that Contentment is your spearhead, We don't need a map for this one, Isla. We're just going to do this theater of the mind. Contentment is the spearhead. You are flanked by an oblivious Phineas and Saoirse. And then bringing up the rear are Ezekiel and Nessa. Okay, so we'll say that's the way it looks. And the first person up is Contentment because you rolled that super high initiative roll.
Didn't I?
Yeah, you did. What are you
Well-
gonna do to these two big ghouls as they snarl in your general direction?
I didn't think I was gonna get to use this at all, but the Bawd's iconic trapping is actually a flintlock pistol. So she pulls it out from within petticoats, who knows where, and just straight up like aims into the face of the one that bared its teeth, and just gonna try and fire off a shot into the face.
Sweet.
of
I
the
hate to say
ghoul.
this, but as a
Yeah.
reminder, because it's dark out, vision tests, such as those like aiming a gun, are flipped to fail.
Is that just for aiming, or is that?
Oh, that's a
simple
good question.
range?
You know, we'll only do that
Yeah.
if you want to take a specific aim.
Okay.
I'll say general melee
um,
range stuff
let me
is going to be
just
okay.
see real quick, because I have this printed out. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna go ahead and try and shoot at it regular, because I have a couple other ideas. I'm gonna try and shoot at it regular, so I
Shoot it regular?
Simple range.
Everyone, check your action points and make sure you know what you want to do.
Cool. That's
Ezekiel, you're up next.
23. So
All right.
I succeed there. I'm gonna roll
Okay.
3 plus combat bonus, so 7
For doofy.
damage from
7
bullets.
does not meet its first damage threshold.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
The
I
bullet
should
hits
know
it.
this. I helped make these, but still, it's.
And why did you make it like this? Where they're so harsh.
evil, that's
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, so that your first attack is
Yeah.
a miss. You have action points left. Do you want to bank them? Do you want to use them?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use my second action point for words as weapons. I would like to inspire my compatriots here.
Okay.
So that they are able to gain 1 of 3 combat conditions. So I want you guys to be. Hold on a second. I'm looking for where it says what the conditions are.
Yeah.
Because words as weapons lets me help you guys out.
Yep, it does.
So basically what I'm going to do is after, the smoke is trailing out of the barrel of the gun, lean backwards and just be like, I can see what you mean about no skin. If we want to keep ours, we need to get to that house now, really quickly. And I will just shout out that there is, fictionally for inspiration, like, there's a loose window at the back of the yard. Just run and get inside. So I don't have to.
Yep.
I guess I would roll. What would I roll for that?
Persuasion?
Persuasion.
Charm?
Okay. Charm. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, that's an 84. I would like to spend a coin to re-roll that, please.
Gladly.
Wait, actually, no. As a Bawd, I just get to.
Oh, really?
I don't
snap.
have to spend a coin to re-roll charm. I can just do it, but then I have to accept the outcome.
All right, we'll roll it.
Oh.
No, it was a 91. It's even worse.
Even worse, betrayed by dice.
As always.
Okay, well, it's been real dice, but I am to go.
I love that you have a little just
A dice dumpster.
I have
Yeah.
a dice. Zweihander
Fantastic.
is great for that. And I will bank my final AP in case this thing decides it wants to chomp at me. I would like to be able to fight it off.
That's a good idea. Next up is Ezekiel, and then Saoirse, you're right after him.
I pull out my 2 double barrels.
That's 4 whole barrels.
That's
Four
4
barrels.
barrels.
Oh,
Um,
Barrels.
I am going to fire 2 times using one of my guns. So
You've got more barrels than I've got corns.
oh boy.
All barrels must go.
That is a 46, and mine is 65 now because of all my...
Excellent. That's a hit. So roll damage.
So it's 1d6 plus. Just double check this. It is 1d6 plus 1 plus CB. Okay. And I roll another d6 because of my treacherous trait.
Treacherous.
So that is 5 plus 5. That is 10 plus a 1. So that's an 11 points for the first shot.
Okay, that meets their first damage threshold.
Oh.
And so one of them, we'll say Lefty. One of them is named Lefty because he's on your left. Takes a bullet and slows a little bit, but does not stop. Saoirse is up, but Saoirse, I'll have you know that right after you, it is ghoul time.
I'm going to use my.
oh, yeah.
I'm going to use my second action to automatically fire.
Oh yeah, do it again.
Around. Yeah.
At lefty or righty?
At lefty.
Okay.
Take him down.
The ghouls are
Ooh,
named
I got an
Lefty
8.
and Righty.
It's right
I
there
got
on the
an
gravestone. Here lies Lefty Millman.
I got an 8 for that roll.
Nice.
Yeah. That is very good.
Ooh, 6 plus 5. That's 11.
Ooh, he did it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This time, what I'd like for you to do, that meets its second damage threshold. So, roll your damage. Wait, you did
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I did that.
You did
Yeah, I
your
got
damage.
11.
Roll a d6, and we're looking for an injury.
Okay. Now I got a 1.
Okay. No injury here. But two clear shots to Lefty, and Lefty stumbles a bit. Saoirse, you're up next. Wally, do you have any points left? You're going to bank
I only have
something?
1 more point left, and
Okay,
that's
cool.
all.
Sweet. Saoirse,
Ah.
here are ghouls.
Wow, ghouls.
Yep.
Fun. Saoirse's gonna pull her first flintlock pistol and fire at Lefty. That is a 39, which I
Sweet.
believe
Sounds
definitely.
like a
well,
hit.
Yeah, that's it.
That
That's
sounds like a hit.
Yeah. So flintlock is a d6 plus my PB, which is 4. Where did my d6s go? There they are. Ooh, that's a 6. That explodes.
Excellent.
Love
That's a 1. That explodes.
Nice.
Black
And
powder
a
weapons.
3. So
Love
that's
'em.
7 plus 3 is a 10 plus 4 is a 14.
You
Yeah,
nerdy
baby.
weapon of destruction. Look at you.
Holy
A
crap.
14 actually, yep, brings it up one more level on its damage tracker. Roll me 2d6 to see if any injuries come through.
Ooh. And if they do, I have a thingy to make them worse.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
What did you say? 2d6?
Mhm.
Okay. I rolled a 1 and a 5.
Oh no. So, but you are messing Lefty up pretty well here. And
Okay. Can I fire
sweet,
again?
Sweet. Yes, you can.
Is it? It's 1, just 1 to fire. Take a shot.
Yes. Depends on the weapon.
Okay.
It should say under your weapon description. Is this a different gun
It's,
or?
it's another flintlock. Yeah.
Okay, your second flintlock. That's right. You picked one up. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
it
just
is.
one. Okay.
Oh, it is. Yeah, 1 AP to fire, 2 AP to load.
Yeah.
Yes. So okay. I shoot again.
Do it.
That is a 3. So
Ooh,
yeah.
Boom.
very good.
Nice.
Okay,
That
time
does
to time to do some damage.
Come on.
See if you can get another chance at an injury.
That is a 1.
Okay, that
And
explodes.
that's a 2.
No.
So that's
You can also
3.
use Coins
can also
if
use
you
a
want to
coin.
make a d6 explode.
To max it out to a 6. To change that 2 to a 6, which makes it both explode and does more damage. You have 3 coins in your bank.
That cool, friends?
Very
ahead.
cool.
Alright, let's do it. So that's a 6.
All right. So that's a 7 so far, and then
7
roll again.
total. That's another 1.
Yes,
roll again.
there it is.
That's another 1.
Yeah.
That's 9.
It's adding up so slowly.
Right,
The
right.
black powder
And a
exploding
5.
dice
Okay.
is so good.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 9 plus 5 is 14, plus
Right.
the other 4 is 18.
It goes down
Nice.
2 more because it has a damage threshold of 9. So you just push it over that other threshold. And let me see here. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's down 5, which means that it's grievously wounded. So now I'd like 1, 2. Yep, I'd like 3. Wait. No, that means it's slain. Yes, that thing goes. I had to double check, but
What ghoul?
you absolutely kill
Ghoul.
this ghoul, and it. I mean, tell me what it looks like when Saoirse takes Lefty out, right?
Okay. Folks have been firing at it. Honestly, she probably didn't even know where they were until people started shouting, and then she went, "Oh no! Fire! 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 Fire!" And so it's eerily calm as she normally is. She just raises one gun, fires, raises the other one, and like splits the first shot in twain, like just the center of the
Like
center.
Robin Hood?
Yeah, like
Okay.
fucking Robin Hood.
Okay.
She made a shot between the eyes, and then went even more between the eyes, if that's possible.
Yikes.
Ezekiel's off to the side.
Eerily
Like,
calm.
Ezekiel's like this.
Oh.
Oh.
It's like one of those, thing. I can't remember what they're called with the beads, and you're like, tick, tick, tick. It's like
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The cradle,
Oh,
Newton's
yeah.
cradle.
Oh, Newton's cradle. Yeah.
Newton's cradle.
Absolutely great. So right. Lefty's head gets split in twain by these shots, and it collapses to the ground,
Nice shot.
freed from its undeath. But then his best friend Righty is up.
He was the best man at his wedding.
Righty, whose name was not Righty in life, but goes by Righty because he was really good friends with Lefty.
Just like a flashback to.
Why
that.
are we playing out the ghoul version of My Brother Sam is Dead? Because last week was Johnny's name.
Is it too late to change the name of this episode to My Brother Righty is Dead?
But Lefty's dead.
So my brother Lefty's dead. So Righty.
Who's up after Righty?
Right after Righty is going to be Nessa, and then Phineas bringing up Darir.
Gotcha.
So Righty howls in anger, and we're going to say that. Yeah. I like it. He is going to turn and shamble at his top speed away from all of you, towards a different location deeper within the burying ground. And he's using run. So he is moving at, oh gosh, what's his movement? He's got 10 movement, so you see him dash like 30 feet, right? Just like zoom, like he's a Dungeons and Dragons character or something. And you see him standing there, but he's crouching over by some tombstones in an overgrown area of the burying ground. And Nessa, it is your turn. He's a good, from you, Nessa, he's like 45, 50 feet away.
And the house that we were pointed out is the opposite direction.
It is. He ran away from the house, so now you're triangulated.
I mean, we were kind of told to run to the house, running deeper into the burial ground where we don't know that there's more ghouls. I think Nessa's actually going to like it's too far away even for a ranged weapon at this point, right? Do we think?
Depends on the weapon.
I have I have a overcoat pistol, which is a
the distance on that is 1 plus your
yards.
perception bonus in yards.
Yeah, my perception bonus
It's
is
probably
4. But I when you add the dot, does that automatically go to 5? You know, when you have you.
Yes.
Should I change that? Is I added a dot? Do I actually
Yep, you should change it.
type in 5? Okay, I need
Yep.
to do
So
that
you're a
with
bit
all
more
these.
perceptive. You can aim a little bit further. Not quite enough to hit it, I don't think, though.
Okay, so that should be 5 as well. Yeah. Okay. Then. I think we should figure out what we're doing first, and I'm going to start to head towards the house.
Would you like to use all of your action points to make it all the way to the house? So to run there?
Yes, I will actually. I'll use that because I think I also feel like if they're planning to do something different, I can always come and help them, but I feel like they probably can handle themselves. So I'll go find if the door is open or something like that so I can get, like I can help guide them all in. Maybe I'll do that.
Contentment did say something about a window, but also failed that. So we'll say that you didn't hear it. And you run to the front door.
Yeah.
And that's the end of your turn. We'll have to wait till the next turn to see if you can get that door open, okay?
Yep, that's
and,
fine.
Finally, bringing up the rear is Green Mountain Boy.
Green Mountain Boy with brown best musket.
Yo,
on his
what's
shoulder,
up?
runs past Nessa, and I think the range on a brown best. I just had to look it up again real quick.
Whoa, brown Bessie, blam, blam, whoa, brown.
I have it written down as for mine, because I think it's one of those ones that varies with stats. But with me, it's 14 yards. So
okay, that's enough to hit this thing, I'd say. Even though you're in the rear, this is just at the edge of that threshold for you.
I think that is, yeah. That's what 46, 46 feet. So yeah, it's like right at the edge. So Phineas is gonna run past Nessa and just like lower the brown bass and take a knee. Actually, I think be like, "Don't worry, I got this." And he's gonna try a little musket sniping. I'm gonna spend 2 AP.
Okay.
To take aim to increase my base chance by 20.
Okay.
And then shoot with the brown bass.
Excellent. Go for it.
Okay, so that's gonna be, if I fuck this up, I'll have no one but myself to blame, cause with the plus, I need to roll under a 74. How? Oh, I have to roll under an 84. Excuse me. How could I possibly fuck this up?
How? Not even God herself.
Your tongue.
Yo,
I love how he says that.
Ready.
I got it.
Wow.
The
got it.
hubris.
It was a 61, so on a lot of checks that would have failed.
That
Way
would've
to
been
tempt fate there, but damn.
Should I spend a coin to make you re-roll that?
Oh.
No, I won't.
Bastard.
No, I won't. I wouldn't do it. Yeah, so you
Okay.
hit him. Roll for damage on righty.
Okay, my CB is a 7. So 4. That would still get over his first threshold.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
one
so
threshold. So he's like bent
Let's take
over, interacting with something, and you plug
You all
him
set?
in the haunch, in his ghoul haunch, and you see him like not even take notice of it. Like he just sort of sways a little bit and then keeps on doing whatever he's doing. We're going into a second round here. We're going into the top of the next round, and contentment is up. So Nessa is at the front door of the house. Phineas is about halfway there, kneeling like a real soldier. And everybody else is around you, contentment, about, let's say, 30 feet from the front door of this little brave guy's house.
Okay. Am I engaged with any of the ghouls with Righty? Oh, Righty
no.
ran away.
He ran away.
Righty straight up ran
He
away.
long.
Then
He's
I'm
like
gonna
maybe 50
spend-
feet away.
Right.
Yeah, then I'm gonna spend all my AP to just turn tail and run towards the house.
Okay. You run and you get right up next to Nessa. Zeke, you're up. Do you do the same?
I am going to try to catch up with Nessa and then at the front door. But
Okay.
how far away is the ghoul? How far away is the ghoul from me right now, by the way?
So, if you want to run to the front door, it'll take a run, basically.
Okay.
So it'll take probably, I'm guessing, all your AP.
Okay.
The ghoul is about 50 feet away, and this is, let's just say, it is
How many yards is that?
It is an equilateral triangle. So, it is 50 would be
Divide by 3.
divided by 3. 50 divided by 3 is the answer to that
That's
question.
the answer to that question.
Oh, okay.
We
Not
all panic.
Okay. so
19
that's
yards.
19
19,
yards.
18 yards,
Okay.
something like that, yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely not close enough for that. Yeah, I'm just gonna make my way over the door then because
Making your way.
I am not close enough that I can plug it with my gun.
Saoirse, now is your time for heroics. Do you want to chase after this ghoul by yourself? Or do you
No.
want to go to the house with everybody else?
I would like to go to the house, please. I have to reload both of my guns.
I am not. I
No.
am not. No.
Then
No.
we can say that we're going to move out of combat as everybody approaches the front door of this itty bitty little house, and find that the front door is unlocked.
Can we say for flavor that like Saoirse ran behind and then like immediately ran into Zeke's back because
Yes.
everyone like piled up.
Hilarious. As you all approach
I
this
think-
door,
I think Phineas might be reloading the musket, like ready to shoot this thing again. I mean,
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
still in range.
Yeah, that's true.
I think several
I
of you
mean,
might.
Yeah, Phineas is the only one who's in range.
Several
I
of
have
you
to
are
listen.
reloading, keeping one eye, and you notice a few things. As you turn around to look for the whereabouts of this monstrosity, you see no sign of it, as if it had vanished into the earth, or flown away. Or maybe it's the ghoul rapture, you don't know. And
Oh.
at the same time, you,
I was just thinking, I'm like, Quaker, I don't think we believe in the rapture. Ghoul
no,
or
I'm pretty sure they don't. No.
otherwise.
But the ghoul rapture is something different. You also
Oh my
realize that
God.
in a place where a curfew is on, you just made a hell of a lot of noise.
We sure did.
And so you all sort of hurry to get inside this house and shut the door closed behind you. And here's what you see. And we'll describe this, and then we're going to go take our break. So there's the last thing you see is that there is a large single-room home. It's not large. It's a single-room home, but the room is relatively large,
But it's a
right?
big-ass room, though.
But that room is the size of a house.
It's a spacious studio. It's in a great location,
It's a
right
walk
next
up.
to the
Really
public
quiet.
transit.
Yeah.
Right next to
Really?
Boston
Studio,
Common.
studio
Yeah.
apartment,
Wow.
1500.
You goobers. Small
That will
bed.
be $1 million, please.
A small bed stands in one corner of the room. There is a table and two chairs in the middle. On the table, you see the remains of a meal for two people. There are dishes not washed, not cleaned up, and a pile of books and papers. In the fireplace, you can smell that recently there's a fire because there are embers smoldering there. And the last thing that you realize before we take our break is that if Grady O'Leary is gone, somebody else has been using this house. And that's where we'll take our little break. Chat, thank you for hanging out. Let's get some more retweets and get some folks over here, because this is one of my favorite episodes so far. I love having Anna here, and I know I'm not the only one. And it's just a blast. So go ahead and get a drink and get some snacks. Spread some retweets around, and we'll be back in, let's say, 10 minutes. So we'll be back at 1/4 till the hour, and we will find out what lies inside of the caretaker's house. And we'll see you after this. we're back.
Did we lose
Welcome.
Good
I
shot, though.
worry that it might be not
Right.
just a guard, but a trap.
Right. All right.
Hold on. And he pushes past Saoirse, pushes past Nessa, and gets over to that stack of wood next to the fireplace over there
Mhm.
behind Nessa.
Yep.
And climbs up there and like puts the rifle out the window. Well, no,
Okay.
he just lays the rifle across the stack of wood, and like looks out the window, trying to keep a secure perimeter around this building, make sure they're not being approached. Is there anything out there?
Make an awareness check for me.
Okay. Got to be under a 42. Hey.
26. I'm going to
Nice.
spend a coin to make you re-roll it.
Oh wow!
You
So we're back to 3 and 3.
fuck.
Just to be a dick.
You fuck.
It's a critical failure. Everything looks quiet and safe. And you're pretty sure the sun has come up again. Here. At 10 p.m. at night.
He just like puts the musket down, looks around. Yeah, there's nothing out there. We're good.
All right.
The rest of you look past him through the window and plainly see a patrol of redcoats scouring the area.
Like Zeke looks out the window, looks at Phineas, looks out the window. He's like, "Yeah, you wanna?"
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
just
I
gonna
think
lay
it's-
down.
you wanna-
You mean you meant all good except for those
You,
patrols, right?
the friggin' lobsters over there.
What?
Oh, look, there's friggin' redcoats over there.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, they're alive. They're not undead things without skin. That's kind of the real
There's
threat.
still someone to point. You still maybe point them out,
Like,
you know, because it's important.
Zeke
No, I
wants
totally
to
saw
argue
him. I
this,
just didn't
but
think it was important.
he wants to argue it, but he has no real stance on this because Phineas is actually 100% right. They are alive, so
For how much longer? I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just gonna stretch my legs.
Sure. What's everybody else doing? Phineas.
Saoirse's reading the books. 'Cause of
Saoirse
course
looks
she
at the
is.
books on the table. Saoirse, you walk over. Yeah, go ahead, Zeke.
Ezekiel is just looking around, like looking for around the room for anything that they can move to, that can be used as a barricade of the door, I guess.
Ezekiel, make me. Oh gosh, would that be awareness? Let me look at my little handy dandy Flames of Freedom historian's screen to see what kind of skill I want to use here. Ezekiel, make me. Yeah, I guess an awareness check is probably
Awareness?
just as well as anything else.
That's a 3.
Wow. Yeah, that's really, really good. With a 3, I'll tell you what happens just as soon as I tell Sid what kind of books she found. On the table there are books and papers. Among the books, I mean, there are some that are, there's just sort of mundane stuff that everybody has, some tawdry romance novel or something like that. But among the books on the table, it looks like the one that's been looked at the most is a book called Ahiman Rezan, which, because Saoirse's looking at it, I can tell you is Hebrew. And she would be able to speak that. I'm going to put it in our GridFam chat here. She knows it means something along the lines of the will of the Brotherhood. And as she starts speed reading through it and paging through it, you find that there are handwritten notes in some of the margins. Someone has been studying this book and learning from it. And there are also, in certain areas, references to something called they refer to an excavation, but vaguely. And so you're not sure what that's supposed to mean. Meanwhile, Ezekiel is looking all around the room. Zeke, baby, you were looking for something big and heavy.
It's like a chair or something to drag over.
Right, yeah. You looked. I mean, there's those chairs that are at the table, but those are kind of like flimsy,
Right.
and you don't think they would hold up. But as you check the bed, underneath the bed there is a chest.
Oh.
It's pretty heavy and sturdy. Yeah.
I look over at Finn like, hey, kid, come over for a second.
He like lifts his hat up. What do you need?
I need some back muscle, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure. He pops up off the bed and looks at the chest. The
He's
hell is
actually
this?
on the bed.
Yeah, he's been
Oh,
laying
okay,
on the
all right,
bed
yeah.
this whole time.
Nice. underneath Phineas, there's a chest, so he gets up and helps you pull it out. It's unlocked.
It's unlocked.
Yep.
Okay.
Can I open it?
Yeah, open it up.
Sure can with your hands. You just
Yeah,
open it up. Inside there are some personal effects, clothes, stuff like that. There's a bowl that is wood burl, and it's carved to look like an animal head, which is interesting. There is a knife sheath that's covered in decorative beads. And there's also, in assorted coin, about 7 pounds in cash.
Ooh.
Without even looking up from the books, as soon as she hears the clanking of gold, so she just puts her hand up.
He's like
Mhm.
about to say. He's like.
And now, what I'd like to know is, so every character, when you roll up a character in Flames of Freedom, you get a flaw and a belief,
Yes.
right? I want to know if anyone has a belief or a flaw that could be connected to, I guess, theft, right? I mean, taking something that doesn't belong to you, or greed, or money.
I've
in
got
general.
one that can be, my flaw can be attached to almost anything because my flaw is carelessness.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure that exactly applies here, so I won't give you any conflict for that.
Nah.
No, not really.
Okay.
I have formality and security as my belief.
Ooh.
Formality is my flaw and security is my belief.
No, I think we're all good. You guys are
Like,
okay.
Yeah, like sarcasm is my
Pocketing this
flaw,
money.
and retribution is my belief.
Yeah,
Tolerance and callousness.
no. Split the cash 5 ways.
But there's 7 of them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good luck.
They'll be party funds. I'll hold on to them for now.
I do really want to buy that new rifle. If we
Do
get a
have
chance.
Look, I'll be more than happy to support you in your acquisition.
I'm just saying, you saw the shot I could make with a brown
No,
vest.
exactly.
With a proper
No, look.
musket, I could make a
If
real.
you had the proper tools, like look, you know me, I want to support you and your improvement and your self-improvement. And your self-improvement means getting you a new rifle. And here I am, just putting it out there right now. I'll help you get this new rifle.
Yeah, and now you mention it, why are you so interested in my personal growth?
Hmm?
Why are you so invested?
What do you mean?
What
do you mean?
I don't know. You, like you said, you want to see me thrive or whatever. You just said I was only half paying attention, but like you,
Look.
why the investment?
Look, kid, you're a good kid. You know, I want you to make sure you do great out there.
I mean, thank you. I guess I just don't know what I did to deserve that.
What do you mean?
Well, Zeke, look, we did basic training together, right?
Right.
We didn't know each other that well, we were friends, but I wouldn't say best friends.
All right.
But since we met back up, you've been all about trying to help me, and I really appreciate it. I do. I just don't understand.
Well, let's put it this way, kid. You helped me, and nothing to say about that, but it's rare people like you who help out a person like me and actually mean it. So,
I'll take that.
you're a good kid, you know? The world needs more people like you out there, and I want to make sure you make it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad you said that. Something I've been meaning to give you.
Hmm?
If you could just hold on to this and not open it, that would be good.
What is it?
And he reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out an envelope that's sealed. And it's just an envelope, just a plain white envelope, sealed in wax, and on the front is just written Philip in Phineas's terrible handwriting. Phil's my brother.
Right.
In case I
Oh. Say no more.
Yeah.
Say no more, kid. Say no more.
Just in case. Contingency.
Yeah. I hear you. I mean, family's family. You want to let the rest of them know family, first kin, next kin, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, if anything happens, just make sure that Phil gets this.
Yeah, I'll make sure. Don't worry about it. But like I said, I want to make sure nothing happens to you.
All right.
As you
well,
say those words, and I'd say you doubt yourself a little bit. I mean, you'll try your best, for sure, to make sure nothing happens to him. You can tell me if Ezekiel genuinely cares about Phineas, but after what you've seen and the kind of 2 days you've had, it's like, how much power do you have over that? And so I think Ezekiel and Phineas too both take 5 points of conflict.
Oh, I have a lot of conflict.
That's
As you are confronted with mortality. Speaking of being confronted with mortality, contentment, I'm going to ask for Anna's forgiveness here to do a little bit of character work, is leaning against the wall by the front door with a vacant sort of look on her face, color drained from her skin. She's not in a good way.
Are you all right?
Yes, she says, I'm fine. You all seem so calm after that. And she points out at the door in the direction of the graveyard. After that.
It's not the first time.
Like I said, we've seen skinless folk doing weird things.
Yeah, we cannot stress this enough. The lack of skin, lots of extra skin. We've kind of dealt with it all at this
But
point.
what are they? I mean,
Hell if I know.
Don't got a name from it. I mean, the closest thing we got name from is like what?
A ghoul.
Ghoul. Yeah, ghouls. Ghouls.
ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
Like something that used to be dead but isn't.
Yeah, so remember when you heard that whole rumor about people shambling about late at night?
I thought people can exaggerate, so I figured.
Yeah, no, I get that. But I'm just saying is that that's just, rumors spread. People assume it's really drunkenness, but it's actually snaggle-tailed ghouls with long, creepy nails wandering about at late at night, probably doing who knows what.
I would assume probably attacking and or attempting to eat human beings.
That's what I was gonna say.
Peeling off their skin.
That too.
They are unnatural, and by all accounts evil. So we will attempt to take care of them.
Could
She smiles as if that's supposed
yeah.
to.
Contentment
I've
does
said
not smile
everything.
back at you. And says, what? Can this happen to any? Is it?
I would need to do more research. My understanding so far is some sort of dark magic.
Right. Fine.
Are you sure you're all right? You are very pale.
I've been through worse things. I'll be fine. I'm just, I have a lot of questions that I didn't have this morning, and it's going
I
to
do
take me
as
some
well.
time.
Have you heard of the Will of the Brotherhood? Anyone?
Brotherhood. And she takes it, and as you both sort of sit and look over together, it quickly becomes clear what this book is about, and that's it details the entrance rites and rituals and regulations associated with Freemasonry. Yeah, this is and for those watching, or for anyone, this is an actual book. It was written in 1756. This person has been studying it pretty closely. Whoever was here, more than one person or just one.
Was Grady O'Leary a Freemason?
No. Well, I mean, I don't think so. I think Freemasons tend to be kind of secret, yeah? But I don't, not that I know of. I know he lived here alone, so the fact that that table is set for two and it's strange. We should look around some more.
Maybe he had over
Have
a
you ever-
guest or something that was one of these Freemasons.
Whenever I came over here, he didn't have a guess. Well, he did. It was me, but
Have you ever been in there? Points to the door.
Yeah.
Down.
yeah,
The
the door on
down
the
door.
floor. And she says, "No, that's his root cellar. I mean, I have no cause to go down there."
Perhaps we should look into it. Starts reloading her guns.
Yeah.
Yep. Reloads one gun and readies them.
Hold on 1 second.
Reload the brown bass.
Do a little bit of business here. So everyone reloads. Takes one last look around. You secure the trunk up against the door, and also you find a way to take sort of some of those digging tools that are in that barrel, pickaxe here, shovel there, and do a nice prop against the handle. Anna, I was just role-playing as Contentment, and I want to make sure you're
Oh,
cool.
cool.
That she is worried about to whom ghoulness can affect, and whether it's all bodies, and also she's just a little bit in shock. And she has told Saoirse that in her times over here, she had no idea if Grady was involved with Freemasonry or not. But
That would
Saoirse
be
has
correct, yes.
Saoirse has found this book detailing the rites of Freemasonry, and also that Contentment has never been in his root cellar and wouldn't have reason to go down there. But now everyone is deciding they're going to open that door in the floor and take a look down there.
Floor door.
The floor door, if you will.
The door
We're
in the
going
floor.
to
The door.
Door.
take the hobbits to floor door.
We're taking the
My
hobbits to
internet
Florida.
came back for this.
I was gonna make a joke about Florida, but that's even better.
Oh, dang.
Murder. Oh my god.
Yeah, floor door man.
The weather's nice.
Yeah. And so, you stand over that lifting trap door to the root cellar. And who is the one who's going to lift it up?
I'll do
Who's
it.
drunk? Somebody
He's a strong boy.
I'm a strong boy.
This boy's drunk.
Do I have to roll something to lift it?
No.
Okay.
You show off your muscles and pull the door open. Beneath is a basement. It is like just shy of 5 feet high, so most people will have to duck and sort of crouch a little bit. It's packed dirt on the floor. There's some moldering root vegetables and some kegs in the corner. And
How's it
in the
smell?
corner, it smells musty. It smells like earthy, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And roll me a survival check.
Oh, okay. Gotta get under a 42.
Mhm.
I did. I got a 13.
Not only does it smell earthy, it doesn't smell like the kind of earthy of like a dirt floor basement that has been around. It smells like freshly turned dirt.
Oh. Oh, this is such a Phineas moment, though. Do you all smell that?
Smell what?
Freshly turned earth.
When he points it out, you do.
We are in a graveyard after all.
Ezekiel sniffs the air. looks over Finn. All right, hold on a second. Finn, you're telling me that you knew exactly what the thing you were smelling is right now.
Yeah, I'm
But
a
this was-
farmer. I
but
know
no,
what dirt smells like when it gets turned over.
It's just, I was just ready expecting like, usual Phineas thing of like, hey guy, you smell that? And then like, what? You're like, I farted. So I was waiting something like that. But no, I'm sorry. I was preparing myself for one of your jokes, and no, you just surprised me.
I'm fairly certain he made that exact same joke 6 hours ago.
It's true.
Exactly.
But this time I'm for real and I'm right.
No, and I'm actually really surprised. I learned something new about you today.
I can recognize freshly turned dirt. It's a talent. I don't tell you.
I'm now beginning to understand why the code word was your mother. It all makes sense suddenly.
Well, yes, because you knew Phineas's mother.
Yeah, but
Dorothy,
you see,
right?
there's
God rest
no
her.
way that she's dead?
I don't know. Is she dead?
No.
Oh, she's fine?
Oh, I was about to
Fine.
say this is news to me.
She's
She's
fine.
already grappling with mortality. And holy shit! She was dangled over her knee.
It's not
and
like
dead.
I've had fundamental assumptions about my place in the world questioned in the last 20 minutes or something.
She's
Wow.
fine. Dorothy's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
She'd be proud of you for your sniffer. Because following his nose like Scooby-Doo, I'm saying butt in the air, nose to the ground.
All 6'6" of Phineas. and
All
a 5 foot
6'6" of
cellar.
Phineas heads to the southwest corner of the basement, and next to this long line of like carrots that seem to have been like hung up to preserve, but have like gone moldy and nasty. Like nobody has messed with them in a while. You find a plank and a big heavy stone, but they've been moved off of what appears to be a hatch, a shaft, descending downward under the earth.
So there's a sub basement to the root cellar.
Maybe. There's a
We
ladder.
we got something over here, and it's a ladder. There's another basement.
A sub basement.
That's fucking weird. Who does that?
Is Mr. O'Leary perhaps a smuggler?
Not to your knowledge.
Not as far as I know.
Ooh. Here's a question. With my criminal background, would I recognize this as like a smuggler's like den kind of situation?
I would say, I mean, you don't have to roll for this. We have this. Flames of Freedom has a thing where if there's no risk, there's no roll. Really, is to say that not dissimilar. It's I mean, who hides a shaft in a basement?
Yeah.
Right. You're trying to hide something.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, there's definitely either this house owned to a previous smuggler or the guy has been doing smuggling himself. Because that's the only reason why you would have a second level of the basement.
I would also add that with Phineas's smell of freshly turned earth, you can tell that this is not an original feature of the house. In fact, it was probably dug within the past several months.
So recently turned to a criminal enterprise.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. I mean, you don't have to call it a criminal enterprise. You could also call it maybe like, smuggling things in now for the sake of freedom. But hey,
An alternative lifestyle.
Hey, we're all just trying to make a living. It's fine.
But I
So
don't
perhaps-
understand. I've been over here many times and never had any indication that this was happening.
So he's a good smuggler.
Or perhaps the food upstairs and this new development in his house had nothing to do with him.
Contentment. It has been 3 months since you've seen him.
A lot can change in 3 months.
What can change?
That's very true.
Yep.
Should we inspect it?
Yeah, I guess. We got like a lantern or something. It's gonna be fucking dark.
Yeah, I have a lantern.
I should take my hat off. Just gonna get stuck on the fucking ceiling anyway.
May I add a human raison to my inventory?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That you can put that in your possession for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that?
The book that she found.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah,
I thought
which is,
that was my internet acting up again
Achiman
because I was like,
Raison. Yeah.
words. What? Yeah, okay.
Zeke looks at Finn like, do you want me to go down there? Because I know you're looking like you're kind of worried you want to bump your head and stuff. It's like, I understand if you would rather, that I go down instead of you.
If you want to spam my noggin, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I'll take care of it. Plus, I'm used to crawling in and out of spots like this. And I would like to kneel down next to like the entrance of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And just recalling all of my my years of smuggling in stuff in and out, and make my way down. Let's head down this ladder, just looking around for anything like secret wise, any kind of like hidden doors or panels.
Yeah, no, yeah, I love it. You begin your descent. How are you holding the lantern?
So I'm climbing down. Does it have like a thing I can't no idea like that?
Anything has a thing like that if you really believe in yourself.
Okay, I'm gonna take the handle and just like hold it in my teeth as I'm like going down.
Yeah. And you start descending. And at first, even with the lantern in your mouth, you sort of like get a few feet down, you turn and you look, and you can't see the bottom. So you start climbing down 10 feet and then 20. And then at around 30 feet, you stop because something kind of afflicts your nose. Is that you pick up the scent of rot and decay. And the first thing that you think of is that house all the way back in Trenton when you were in the basement and found all those bodies. But it's not as strong. Like, it's not concentrated. It's a faint whiff coming up this shaft. There at 30 feet. You keep going?
Oh boy. I go back up.
Okay. Up comes Ezekiel.
I'm like crawling up. I get out. I'm like, okay, so remember the house back in Trenton when you first encountered one of these things?
My first Quaker.
Yeah.
My first.
So, and just to give you a little bit of a background here, also, when we went to the house in Trenton, we went into the basement. That is where we smelled all of the skinwalkers' skin stuff down there. They had a big ritual thing down there, dead bodies. It was.
And a kid.
Yeah, and the kid.
I promise you, I had no idea that any of this was going on here.
No, that I certainly didn't know because, first of all, that thing's fucking deep. That thing's already pushing 30 feet down there.
This is not what I come here for usually.
No, right, but here's the follow-up with that is that I'm smelling the same thing back when we were in Trenton. Back when we went into that basement where we smelled...
You smell death.
Yeah, I smelling death. It's a very faint waft of death. And I think the further we go down that ladder, we're going to probably see a whole lot of it down there.
Well, I guess we should prepare ourselves.
Yep. Steel yourselves, because it's not going to be pretty, guys.
Skin, more skin.
Actually, probably less skin.
Oh, that's worse.
Not as comforting, I think, as you thought it would be.
Yeah, no, sorry. I should. Yeah.
It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gross.
Yep.
So y'all sort of line up, start down this ladder, which is easy enough to climb down, but about halfway, which is 30 feet, you start to pick up that whiff. And again, it's not like you're climbing into a morgue or something like that. It's just that it's very faint. If there were wind, it would be on the wind. It's rising up from underneath you. Finally, at about 50, 60 feet down the ladder, whoever's first, which I'm guessing is Zeke, finds solid ground. But the tunnel in front of you goes up to your waist. That's about 3 feet tall. So you have to like lean down to make any progress from here.
All right. You guys ready?
Yes.
I don't think we have much of a choice, so
Right. So
Of
if
course.
you want to peek back at roll 20, I'm going to show you. I mean, you're going to get a big old look at this whole area.
Oh, that's a big shaft.
But you're all the way at the top.
ew.
Yo.
Nice. Terms of service. But you're all the way sort of I hope that works. I hope everyone on stream can see that.
Oh, there are several.
Yeah, so you're that entrance tunnel that you just came down that ladder, but it's a low ceiling. And once again, we want to say thank you to Zweihander and Dan Fox for letting us use all this super rad artwork from the book. You see that it sort of stretches out at a distance, and then there are, from the light of the lantern, you can see that there are 2 holes, basically, on the way, but nothing else of much importance.
Just big holes in the floor.
Yeah, and like, yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's gaping. Let's say it's gaping.
We
So
climb
there's-
all the way down a fucking ladder only to find a hole.
Yep. 2 holes.
Holes look to be about, from where you're standing, you could guess 5 feet in diameter.
Well, I don't really like the look of that.
Don't like the look of any of this down here.
I want everybody to make an awareness check.
Oh, no.
Hey, I got a 3.
I got a
Nice.
9.
I got a 37.
So aware.
Everyone's so aware.
I got a 45, which is 3 under what I needed. Perfect.
Hey.
Sweet. At this point, as you're looking at these holes and you're trying to figure out, do we keep going? You hear a sound with some degree of comfort. It's not coming from deeper in the direction that you're heading. It's coming from above you. And it sounds like a thumping.
Oh, fuck.
And very, very far away, you hear a voice shouting as if they are trying to gain entry into the caretaker's house.
Did we close the trapdoor?
Let's say you did.
Cool.
What do we do? Do we go deeper in? Do we go back up? Do we try and explain why it is we're popping out of the floor?
Perhaps we continue and a cave situation like this. I'm sure there must be another exit.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're not
I
even
don't think we're-
inside yet. Let's head onwards.
But which hole?
Yeah, you got 2 holes in front of you. And both of them seem to be similar, guessing that they were made in the same way. And in fact, you don't even need a roll to see that these aren't naturally occurring holes. Someone dug these things.
All those mining tools upstairs.
Yeah.
Mm.
I am gonna check down like the hole closest to the ladder, just like take a peek down it.
Okay. You walk up. I mean, what does that look like? I mean, you got a 3-foot ceiling.
Right. Like he
So,
crouches
like-
down. He's like crouches down low and like crawls over to the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like pulls an ear down towards it, see if they hear anything.
Sure. You can tell that the shaft is deep. I mean, as you come up to the edge, some of the dirt and gravel gets knocked. It's a deep shaft, you children.
I'm so glad you said it,
I'm just over here.
I'm gonna take away
Trying to
Sunshine
just
Bucks
roll my
today.
dice.
I kept my mouth shut, and then I saw Colin's
Mhm.
face, and I was like, "All right,
Counterpoint.
I'm not the only one."
Counterpoint.
So
Because
Mhm.
I saw Colin first, and when Colin's face came in, I think it's like, nope, it's my turn now.
yeah, I was gonna say though, counterpoint, because now you have a bot in the party. Doesn't that mean we should double Sunshine Bucks for innuendo? Because like,
That's true.
Very true.
Good point.
I feel like that's only fair.
I
It's
think
only
you're right.
fair. We're all gonna
Um,
die anyway.
so
I feel
here's
like
what
it's
I'm
only
saying.
fair.
Here's what I'm
I
saying.
feel like
You
she
have
even said, just like, "This is a big shaft."
you have started to plumb the earth and found her shafts to be deep and wide. And I'm just gonna...
I give up.
Deep and
Thanks everyone for coming to our last
wide.
episode.
Good night, everybody.
Shaft in the earth, deep and wide.
Thank you. Thank
Wow,
you.
I'm with you too. I'm with you too. Church kids, what up?
Yeah, what up?
So some of the gravel gets knocked over the edge, and you hear it hit, but then roll and disappear from your range of hearing. And you notice that the wall opposite you of the shaft is at an angle. It's a steep angle, and there are some like rough handholds jutting out. But you don't know how deep this thing goes.
All right, let's just go down this one. This one has some handholds that we can make our way down with. There's no ladder, but at least we know we can crawl our way down. And if we need to get back out, we can crawl back up.
All right.
Phineas, what's wrong? Phineas is having a day.
I'm kind
Ghouls.
okay. When I was a kid, there was this old well on the property that my father was supposed to close up, and he did. But then one of the local farmers came through the field, and he fucking moved the cover, and it was a whole. Anyway, I fell down a fucking well, is what I'm saying, and
Finny fell down the well?
yeah, Finny fell down the well. And,
And there was a whole thing
There was a
to
dog.
save baby Phineas.
Fell down a well, fell downstairs. I think there's a theme here.
Oh my God.
Look, ever since then, I got a thing about being underground. Okay, it freaks me out.
Phineas, roll me a resolve test with that new bit of fiction.
That I think is a crit success, actually.
Oh.
Probably.
A
Yeah.
thing Phineas does so rarely. Where the fuck did I leave my character sheet? Resolve. Yeah, that is in fact a crit success.
Holy shit.
Nice.
You feel
Nice.
that you feel
Wow.
the creeping dread of being underground like this. But you will not succumb to fear, because a voice echoes in your mind, not of whoever pulled you out of that well as a child, but the voice of Ethan Allen, commander of the Green Mountain Boys, telling you to be brave or some shit. It's a direct
That's
quote.
A direct quote. You there? Be brave or some shit.
No,
Yes,
what,
sir.
What I love, it's because it's Doc's way of delivering it. So you just see in like Finn's mindscape having a moment, and you just see Ethan Allen's head appear in the darkness, like, "Hey, Be brave or some shit.
It's
And he
just
just
an
fades
episode.
away.
It's just an episode of Drunk History. But
Basically.
Yes.
Basically.
Yes.
Be brave or
Basically
some
that.
And Ethan Allen tells you to be brave, and you think, yeah, I will.
I will be brave or
I
some
will be
shit.
brave for some shit. And what is a steep, incredibly deep shaft with handholds other than advanced stairs?
I can think
Right.
of a few other things it might be, but in this case,
Got your handholds on the shaft.
advanced stairs seems the most likely.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Right.
So, how do you want to climb down this thing? I'll tell you, it's going to require a check. You can do it, but we're talking about you have to have both hands free, and to do it at its easiest. If you're carrying something like a lantern, it's going to get tougher. And we're talking about an athletics check.
I did say I was carrying a lantern, so I think I'm still doing that.
And I am already carrying a lantern because I was up front. So
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
So
How-
is that athletics at a minus then? If we're carrying something?
It's in.
or-
I'm assuming it's in one hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make it a hard athletics check. So
Put
it'd
it
be
in your
minus 20.
We should hook it on a belt somehow.
Good. Okay.
Uh,
Hook it on a bell. Such a
This
goofy
is
crew.
this isn't like an episode of Drunk History. It is an episode
It is
of
an
Drunk
episode of
History.
Drunk
You know what this
Drunk
is? This is
history.
drunk herstory.
Hi, I'm just
Oh
glad
my
I haven't
goodness
been drinking,
gracious.
otherwise I'd be like,
Oh my
yeah.
god!
Yeah.
I actually succeeded. I had to beat a 28 and I rolled a 21.
Oh my gosh. So
Oh, I got a
with-
25. Whew.
nice. With a lantern in one hand, you begin this ascent. And you don't have to do this in a line, right?
Mhm.
There's enough space at 5 feet that two of you could go down two abreast down the shaft.
When I
Yes,
think if
ha, ha, ha.
Ezekiel's going down first, I'm also probably like holding it out over the
Mhm.
shaft and being like, okay, so now we
Okay.
all see where we're going. We've got
Yeah.
good handholds, etc.
So Ezekiel begins his descent, and you can find some strong handholds to keep going. Is contentment second then? gonna
Actually,
bring
I
it to the
think
rear.
I think I'm going last because if I'm holding up,
All right.
Yeah.
Ezekiel succeeded. Who is
go
next?
last.
I'll try it.
Okay. Athletics check.
Okay.
Hands free means that it is routine, so it's plus 10 to your
Okay.
athletics check.
I
Yeah.
think my hands are all free. I just got my rifle on my back.
Sure.
Should be good. Yeah. So a plus 10. Cool.
Mhm.
All right. Then for me, that makes it I get under 59.
Nice.
Uh,
Not nice.
Not good. Not good.
Okay. What'd you get, buddy?
67.
You have 3 coins in your pocket.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Roll again, and we're gonna take the result, whatever it is.
Hey, 25.
Okay, good.
Anna has read this adventure and knows what would happen if you did not succeed.
I'm
Uh,
saying nothing. I'm not metagaming.
No spoilers.
Shit, no.
You're being
no.
very good. You're being very good about suspending knowledge and
Yep.
all that.
Yep.
So Phineas follows carefully but securely. Who is next? Nessa or Saoirse?
go ahead, Nessa.
She's thinking about it. Kate.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm not thinking about large stuffs. What are you talking
Nope,
about?
nope, nope.
Okay. Oh, I got a 3.
Woo!
So
Nice.
yeah.
That's
Like a
athletics
spider monkey.
is fine.
Nimbly follows, and then Saoirse. We know that contentment is going to be fine. So Saoirse, this is the last one.
so my brawn is a 39.
Sweet.
If it's the plus 10, that would be a 49.
Sure.
I got a 56.
Nerd.
Oh.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Um,
So you start going down right after Nessa, and you're not sure if it is from the weight of the folks before you, but the handhold fails, and you start sliding. You start sliding down this shaft, and you slide just about 6 feet before you can reach out to try and grab another handhold. So make me a standard, that's straight, coordination check.
Coordination. Okay. Not great. I gotta beat a 44. I got a 44.
That's a
Critical.
That's a crit too. Oh my
Mhm.
god.
Right on the nosy. So you start sliding, and we'll say that you slide past Nessa. And so Nessa, you see Saoirse you hear the crumble of the handle, and you see her go and start sliding down this steep precipice. And then everyone who's watching sees her reach out and grab the next handhold and swing like a revolutionary American Ninja Warrior back and forth on this handhold with her hand just out grabbing it. And all of you hold your breath for just a second, but she seems to be secure.
You good? You good?
Yes.
All right. Take it. Just relax.
Go slow.
Take it easy. All right. Just listen to my voice. Listen to our voices down here.
Okay.
All right.
Take your
Okay.
time. You'll be fine.
And the rest of you,
Did Mr. Beers find the rest of you? And then she just starts climbing down
like
the
Spider-Man.
Yep.
You reach the bottom, but not until a long time passes. This shaft is about 200 feet deep.
It's a huge shaft.
Huge.
So what I'm saying is, wow, you've got to go deep on this shaft.
I slipped on the shaft.
You did.
You did.
Well, it
You
gets
did.
slippery.
Yeah.
10 is like all in a day's work.
I love this cast so much.
More or less.
More or less.
Can we say for flavor that Saoirse gets to the bottom and like just Zeke like pulls her off the wall the rest of the way?
Just like, yeah, like Zeke reaches out,
Uh-huh.
just like goes like, just like a
Um,
cat dangling in air.
so
And I think as that happens, I just make eye contact with Zeke and I'm just like, well played.
he's got skills.
Yeah.
Game recognized game, as they said in the Revolutionary War.
That's where their phrase comes from.
As they
actually.
Exactly,
so
yeah,
often
yeah.
did. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
As General Howe said.
That forgotten verse of Yankee Doodle.
Uh-huh.
Did it
Game
have to be
recognized game.
General Howe though? 'Cause
I don't
he
know.
Kind of like fucked up Saratoga. Like he had no game.
Sure did. As he said to Ethan Allen, game recognized game.
No, it's more like Ethan Allen just like looks over his shoulder. It's like, hey, game recognizes game, and then.
But it's the spiritual version of Ethan Allen looking over at Phineas
The
just as
Force
a
ghost.
disembodied head. Yeah.
The Force ghost of Ethan Allen.
And
though he's
now,
not dead.
forever now, in this game, Ethan Allen looks like Doc. That's
The
it.
Force ghost.
It's just Doc.
100%.
It is just
Uh-huh.
Doc.
Oh,
Be
Nice.
brave or
this is the
some
greatest adventure hook of my life. Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh.
shit.
Uh-huh.
Be brave or some shit.
Be shit. Okay, so you reach the bottom. And all of you are standing there at the bottom of this thing, just kind of, again, for the second time in an hour or whatever. I mean, catching your breath, because you just climbed down a 200-foot shaft, right?
Almost died.
Almost died.
Almost died,
And
yeah.
it takes Zeke and Contentment a second to hold up their lanterns. And as you hold them up, you realize that this floor is covered in bones. and I am going to need everyone to make me an easy +20 resolve test.
Oh. Oh, I'm real good at this.
At 18, I succeeded.
I have to get under a 72. And I
Please
didn't.
resolve.
And I didn't.
Phineas,
Oh,
no!
Phineas.
I got 86.
Ay, ay,
You
ay.
got 86.
The worst possible roll.
I got a 50.
Is that good?
Okay, it was a
No.
+20 to it, you
Plus
said?
20, yeah.
Okay.
No,
I'm
definitely
good then.
no then.
If it
No.
was not, then I would have failed. But
So wait,
I-
are we adding 20 to the roll or 20 to the
Oh, 20 to the target, so you have
The
to
target
roll under your
number.
target plus
Oh,
20.
Yeah.
then I'm good. Then I am good.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay,
It was
is
a
it-
super easy roll and I fucked it up.
So
Yeah.
is Phineas the only one who failed that?
I think so.
Okay, Phineas, we're going to introduce as the last part of our show today, because I think this is a good place for us to bring it in for a landing here. We're going to introduce a mechanic that we haven't dealt with before in using Flames of Freedom, and that is to withstand horror.
Oh, fun.
And there are 3 levels of horror in Flames of Freedom. You got stress, fear, and terror. This is the lowest, which is a stress.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make me a you know what? You already made the resolve check,
I did, and I failed it.
and so you are going to take 8 points of peril.
That's past my first threshold.
Okay, and 3 conflict.
I have so much conflict. Holy fucking
It's been
shit.
a tough day. It's been a
Oh
tough
my god.
day.
So
Now,
I am imperiled.
I also have to ask. That wasn't a crit fail, right? It was just a fail.
No, just a fail.
Okay, so as you stand there looking over this boneyard at the bottom of the shaft, the last thing that we hear before we fade out for the day is the sound of something moving in the darkness in either direction, shuffling and clawing and scraping. And that's where we'll end today's session.
As Phineas yells.
As Phineas gets a scare,
Oh,
Thanks,
his
I
teeth
hate
are
it.
chattering.
oh boy.
y'all are deep down. I mean, think about that. That's a 200-foot shaft. There's a 50-foot
Yeah,
ladder.
it is.
You're 250 feet underground.
Oh boy.
And it smells like death.
Oh, ding
Hey,
dong.
I mean, they
we
call
wanna-
it a little death, but no.
Ah.
La petite
Le
mort.
petit Phineas.
I'm
has
sorry, I
been so
don't
much
speak
fun.
French.
Oh.
No. But
Search
Saoirse does.
And Akitan as well, so, you know.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm going to turn it to happier music just so we can sort of resolve here. And of course,
Oh,
things will be
nice.
happier in the end, I'm hoping.
I
And
don't know. I have 14 conflict.
oh, such a conflicty boy. You see, the thing is with conflict, so for those of you unfamiliar, you roll on conflict, you move towards your belief or your flaw. When you get there, it's kind of like you get a little bonus. It just also kind of makes things weird,
yeah.
right? It affects your role play more than anything.
Mhm.
Wait, what's
does
your
it-
belief in flaw though now? Because if you're that conflicted, you're definitely taking a flaw rank. What's your flaw? What's your belief in your flaw?
Carelessness is my flaw. My belief is glory.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh.
Well,
We'll do our conflict rolls off screen
yeah.
for today, just to find out what happens there. But I do want to go around and give out some RP. Everyone gets 125 RP for both playing and for the recap at the beginning.
Sunshine, bucks.
Sunshine bucks.
Sunshine
Sunshine
bucks.
bucks.
Sunshine bucks.
Everyone gets another 25 for doing cool things. Wally gets 25 for the Ghost of Ethan Allen Spirit Force Ghost. Colin gets another 25 for the story about being down a well. And of course, Sid gets another 25 for Well Baby. For coining that phrase. Kate gets a 25 for all the shaft jokes and that she made, and Anna gets another 25 for being just generally amazing and sticking with bad internet and being here with us because we love her.
We
love
love
you.
you.
They are the best.
Thank you very
All
much.
right. So on top of that, let's go around, and I'd like to hear from everybody. Here's what I'd like. I'd like your name, where people can find you, what you got coming up, if you've got anything in the works, and then of course for another 50 points on top of that, I'd like to hear where your player is at the end of this session, how they've changed, or how they've grown, or how they've shrunk. I don't know. We will go around, and since we're still on our little map screen here, we're going to go top to bottom. So we're going to start with Sid. Sid, who are you? Where can we find you? And tell us how Saoirse is at the end of today's session.
All right. Well, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid, usually just talking smack and talking about the fun stuff that I do on the internet, like this game. Yay! I can also be found basically Thursday through Sunday over on twitch.tv/game nights. That's 2 G's and a K, game nights. Thursdays I run, very loose term, a fantastic game of Good Society plus Magic. It's called Elegant Magics. It's awesome. They're in a time loop right now. They've
Still?
got Groundhog Day. Hey, you know what? People decided to like fart around and like run through like 50 time loops and like try to sleep with all their friends. It was great. It's fantastic.
Typical.
Typical.
Classic.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna get out of it this time, so you should definitely come and check it out. That's 9 o'clock Eastern. Fridays we do a great Cypher system game of Neon Souls. Good cyberpunk goodness. This coming Saturday is that is Fate system. Lots of systems. Gotta remember them all. Star Power, fun Persona / JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, very anime vibes, lots of fun. And on Sundays, a wonderful game of Basin, Nordic horror, good times.
Herring.
4 o'clock Eastern. Herring, lots of herring. We've dealt with the herring. The herring are gone. Now we basically just met a Van Helsing lookalike, a mountain of a man, in fact.
Vase
I
and
can't
Helsing.
wait.
All right.
Vase and Helsing. Can't wait to meet him.
Tell me more about this guy.
I will after this Sunday when I officially meet him.
Sweet. Excellent. Thank you, Sid. How about Saoirse? How's she feeling?
Well, Saoirse just almost fell to her death, so that's cool. But she had Zeke there to help her out, so she's probably thinking about that a little bit.
Ooh.
But is also, you know, that bit of mortality aside, is honestly just not sure what everyone's freaking out about. Like, I mean, this is our job, right? We know that there's just weird shit going on, and we're aware of that, so we got to get through it, right? Like, don't think about it so much. So, yeah.
Sweet. Thank you for being here, Sid. Kate, my friend, how are you?
Hi.
What's going on with you?
I'm good. I apologize for my sense of humor that just comes.
I love
I'm
it.
like,
I
just
love it.
listening
Do not
and I'm like,
apologize.
Do
Okay.
not apologize.
I mean, you know, it's hard when it's, you know, nearly 4 in the morning. You kind of go a bit loopy.
You're amazing.
I'm Kate Madison, known as Actors at Work on some of the social medias that I actually do, and Kate Madison here on Twitch, and Kate Madison. I actually have a TikTok now. I'm too old for it. Yeah, I
One of
have
the
a
kids.
TikTok. I have a Kate Madison TikTok. TikTok
Just
or
like
whatever
the
it
kids
is.
do, right?
Just like the
How is it?
kids.
Just
I
like the
only have
kids
one
do.
video up there so far. It's RP. It's of course Red Dead RP. So you know, we'll add more. But yes, you can find me here obviously every Monday, and I also do a D&D stream over on Chaotic Neutral Games on Fridays. It starts at 8 p.m. UK time, which I think is 3 p.m. Eastern. And yes, we're plowing through that. 3 years pretty much running. Crazy. I stream. I shouldn't stream daily, but I pretty much stream daily now on my Twitch.
You are
stream.
always on.
You're
Yes.
always
Yeah.
live. Yep.
You are.
It's bad. I'm obsessed with Red Dead roleplay pretty much most of the time. But if you don't like Red Dead roleplay, you can watch me on various things like this, or on the joint stream I do every Wednesday with Seekian, because we play variety games. So you know, we do various things. I think that's pretty much it. I don't upload enough stuff on socials, so I'm bad. Yes, today was fun as always. I feel like I'm an observer a lot of the time because I don't know if I'm like, well, I probably shouldn't stream for 10 hours before I do this show. It's really funny. I really enjoy it. I feel like Nessa today. For the first time, I think in an episode, I didn't actually take any conflict, which has been rare. And I rolled pretty good on a lot of these things, like especially just landing after like 250 feet and landing on a bunch of skeletons. I think I rolled like a 2, and it was,
Is Nessa becoming hardened?
I think she just expected it. I mean, like one of my we haven't come. Well, my quirk definitely sort of like, is it the quirk? No, it's the trait. Like I don't sort of, if it's supernatural, I'm kind of like pretty like whatever, like so.
That's
I guess
true.
it's related, the well-grounded thing, So maybe it's that, but yeah,
More
she
like
was just pretty
undergrounded.
chilled. Yes.
No.
Well, undergrounded.
Uh-huh.
So she's taking it in her stride a little bit. Maybe it's because she's older and she's more experienced with that. But yeah, so I'm intrigued as to what the heck is going to happen down in this freaking hellhole underground. So we'll see.
Me too. And of course, somebody else who is intrigued is my friend Wally.
So, y'all,
I guess. Are you intrigued?
Yeah.
Are you intrigued?
Are you not intrigued?
Yeah, I am.
I feel like I should shout that at the end of every.
Yeah, you
roleplay
should.
game I'm involved in.
What's up, y'all? It's me,
Great.
Wally. You can find me on the internet, WALLE132, like a cute little Disney robot. That's where you can only find me right now, because I got nothing much going on outside of this, except every other Sunday. Go find me over the Killer DM playing some Masks, Sunset City. We are officially in a new season with new characters, so pow. That's always fun to watch. So if this is a good jumping on point for people who haven't been watching, this is a good jumping on point now. Where is Zeke at with all this? He's definitely kind of in a mindset of like, I gotta make sure this kid pulls through this, because he kind of does feel bad that he feels like he brought Finn into this life, and he wants him to like just live a full life because he's a kid, but he's got a future. He's bright. He's got a future, and he just really wants.
He's got a future.
He's got a future. He's bright. He's got a future.
I will say he's very bright in the sense of being extraordinarily pure of heart.
You know what? There it
almost
is. He's
dangerously
very
so.
positive.
Like,
Dangerously
he is not the sharpest crayon in the
Yeah.
box, but he does color with, the great hue.
He's a
is
beautiful
what he
pinball.
does.
He's a great highlighter. But yeah, it's very much.
With great hue.
It's very much a thing of like, he just wants to make sure that Finn comes out of this alive, and
Sure.
that's kind of like a goal he set for himself. But also, because of all that conflict that he got from like realizing the mortality of it all, he's also like, he's not sure if he can at the same time, and like he just really wants his crew to come out of this alive, and but he's not sure if he can do it.
Yeah.
That's where he's at right now.
You're also just scratching the surface of what this is about and the
That
threats.
too, yeah.
For sure. Thank you, Wally. Thank you for being here. Colin, my friend, I love you. You look very sleepy.
I am a little bit sleepy. Yeah,
Aw.
I've been up since very early today.
Not
so, yeah,
cool.
I'm getting tired.
How are you? Where can we find you? What's
well,
going on?
Well, you can find me here, and
Yay.
on Twitter, where my name is Colonomicon, and also on Twitch, where my name is also Colonomicon. Where nothing currently happens, but
Yet.
something will. Because Anna and I are working on what we're tentatively calling Gender Chaos Pirates, which
Oh,
are-
it's not tentative. It's on my light box behind
It's
me. It's
literally
officially
writ-
called Gender Chaos Pirates now.
Yep.
Yes.
I am plotting a game of 7th Sea,
Yes.
which is the system I've been wanting to run for fucking ever. And it's one of the weirder systems you'll ever come across. There's not really anything else like it. But I'm looking very much forward to that and doing some Gender Chaos Pirates, Anarchist Gender Chaos Pirates. That'll be coming up on my channel. And if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know when it happens. Now, as for Phineas, I mean, where's he at right now? He just mega failed a check at the end there, and he is shitting his pants, realizing that he's standing on top of like thousands of bodies, like of all these skeletons that are, all these bones and stuff that are around. He doesn't like that too much, and he's underground, so he's extremely uncomfortable where we presently are, and probably will continue to freak out when we come back next time.
But he's not alone.
He is not alone, and I get
There's
50
probably
sunshine bucks
ghouls
for
down
saying
here.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Phineas
too.
also, for where he is with that last edition of Sunshine Bucks, has enough to complete his profession, and he can soon move on to his next profession.
Yes.
And
Amazing.
I have no idea what it's going to be yet.
I just love that this happens while he's underground in
Yeah,
the death hole.
and
He's like, you know what? I'm gonna start a new job.
Wait, does this mean that you're finally getting that last
that
intelligence
last
bonus?
intelligence bonus.
Yes! You might be able to
Phineas.
figure out what my job is by next week. Maybe.
I like this. Now it's like they're deep down underground and everything, and he's like, "Oh, she's a sex worker."
That's why everyone keeps laughing when we say shaft.
That's
Got
gonna
it.
be my first line next week. Oh, she's a sex worker. I get it.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Is for good or ill, because it could mean many different things. Help me remember that the title of next week's episode is going to be Phineas Gets It.
Right now, so you will remember.
But what if he
could mean
doesn't?
several different
What if
things.
he still doesn't?
Yeah, can we have him roll for it to see if he...
Mhm.
Yeah, we can just confirm it.
I
Sure.
just got smarter. My IB went up.
Hey, look over here. It's our good friend Nymeria Streams. Anna, we're so glad you're here. And you'll be back next week as
Yes!
well. And we're so glad. And gosh, it's going to be hard not to keep you around for a third week, but I'm sure you've got other stuff going on. Tell us about who you are, where we can find you, and how it was playing somebody who is named after one of your real life ancestors.
Oh my goodness. Let me start with that first, just real quick, because like I said, so the reason why I ended up getting hired to work on this, funnily enough, and then like part of the reason that informed my decision to make her a Bawd is because I actually did like my grad school stuff in early American gender and sexuality, and then when I told Dan Fox, who's the creator of Zweihander, about this, we started talking, and that was literally how I got hired to do this job. So if you ever want to like nerd out about the secret diaries that Puritans wrote about all of the smut where they were super like gay for Jesus and the Lord and stuff, please hit me up, because there are not enough people that want to talk to me about this kind of thing, and I spent actual years of my life studying this, so it's a lot of fun.
So if people want to do that, where can they find you?
Yeah, if people want to talk to me about weird esoteric bullshit, you can do that. I'm at Nymeria941 pretty much everywhere online, except for here. I'm Nymeria Streams. I do a lot of narrative game streaming and stuff on Twitch. Life is kind of exploding at the moment, so I don't have a regular schedule for stuff like that. But if you follow me, you'll know I will probably be playing Disco Elysium for the foreseeable future. For the 1000th time, because it's amazing.
The fuck does Kuno care?
I know, right? Like, yeah, such a good game. Such a good game. I do work for Zweihander RPG, so I worked on developing Flames of Freedom. And if you like this and what you see here, I also work for them doing the Grim and Perilous Library, and we're releasing an adventure called The Two Lodges, which is coming out the same day as the core rulebook of Flames of Freedom on DriveThruRPG. I edited that, gone through it with a fine-tooth comb several times, can confirm it's going to be a lot of fun to play. The only other thing that I'm doing right now in terms of gameplay is I play in a game of How to Princess over on Cast of Many Things. It's a podcast where we are all princesses that have random cool powers, and mine is that I am a literally dead skeleton space pirate who has a magical crown made out of never-ending Halloween candy that I can just constantly break candy off of and feed to people. So we are solving
That
really
old
awesome,
trope.
amazing world
old
problems being anti-fascist, anti-capitalist, taking down the stock market on Cast of Many
Classic
Things.
Anna.
Classic Anna. My I love her so much. She's just a little girl who is literally a skeleton in a tutu, and she has a crown made of magic Halloween candy. She is legit the greatest. So yeah, follow Cast of Many Things. They do lots of other stuff, but How to Princess is going to be on their podcast feed very soon. Last thing that I have going on is that Colin and I run our own business together, which is called Six String Games. We're at Six String RPG on social media, and we make games together. Right now, we're making a game called Big Damn Heroes, which is basically the RPG that lets you be Legolas skateboarding down the set of stairs on a shield while you fire arrows into the orc's head. So if you ever wanted to do something super tropey and over the top and fun as hell, check that out. And we are making many, many other games besides. As for contentment, well, this is interesting because I literally had this conversation with my dad where he was like, hey, guess what? I was talking to like my cousin, just random guy that like did all this family research, and we have a person named Contentment Hussey that was our ancestor, and I'm just like, I need to know everything I can about this person. Turns out it's not a lot. So getting to fill in the blanks has been really a lot of fun. And I mean, I don't know, like if the question is what has she learned, I guess the closest thing to it is that like encountering ghouls and undead stuff has really challenged some of her fundamental beliefs that there is no such thing as life after death. So we'll see how that turns out next week. That should be interesting. Oh, thank you so much to, what is it, AC Nada Zoo for telling me that my editing scratches your grammatical needs, because that legitimately makes me so happy. I appreciate
That's
that.
Anna's
Thank
love
you.
language.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
for sure. And a special thanks also to ACN and on Shudder to do all of our layout and artwork here on InfiniteRP. And it's just fantastic. And again, thanks to Zweihander for the use of not only the book, but also for all of the images that we use and all the maps. Again, I'm Doc Rimbo. I'm Doc Rimbo here on Twitch. I'm Doc Rimbo on Twitter. I'm here on Monday nights, obviously. And then also on Thursday nights, I'm in InfiniteRP's other show, The Lost City of Vadranus, where I recently lost a character and then brought in a new character named Marcoris Deg, who is a business warlock with mysterious origins, and an imp named Jaraxius, who is a completely different character. And it's fun to play two characters at once. So come on Thursday and take a look at that. It's a lot of fun, that campaign. It has a terrific cast. Isla, who runs the InfiniteRP tech and is part of the admin team, is there. We've got With a Brick, we've got Atop Derek Mountain, and of course Lacuna Cole is our DM, and you'll see him in chat as well. So come by Thursday nights, same time, 8 o'clock Eastern. Everyone stick around. We are going to do a raid. We're going to raid Level 1 Geek. So everybody tell them we said hi, and please, until we see you next time, don't go falling down any deep, wet shafts. Thanks.
Unless
We'll
you
see you
want
next time.
to, consent.
Unless you want to,
consent.
consent.
Consent is essential.
Consent is important.
Oh, when I was a lad, oh, so my mother told me, way haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. That if I not kiss the girls, my lips would grow all moldy. Tell me, way haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. Ship now is rolling way haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. Way haul away, we're bound for better weather. Way haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. Once I was in Ireland, digging turf and taties. Way haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. But now I'm on a Yankee ship, hauling on the braces. Way haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. And I She damned